the order. And when it time comes to ask for the order, we are so hesitant. We are so hesitant. You know, what if the prospect says no? How many of you have this fear? What if the prospect says no? Anybody? Or is it only me?
Satyam says me. Everyone says me. Everybody hesitant asking, yes, me. Good, good.
Yeah, most of us. Why? Because two reasons. One is most of us, we believe that if I don't ask for the order, at least I'll not get a no.
The better way to rejection is not ask, huh?
Not ask, because if I ask, they can say no. If I don't ask, how can they say no?
Yeah, best way of avoiding rejections.
Correct. But what we fail to realize, when we don't ask, it is already a no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because very rarely, assuming you have done step 1 to 4 perfectly correct, then probably you don't even have to ask. They will probably say, where do I sign, or what is the next step?
Yes.
But most of us, we are not so good. We are good, but not so good. Yeah. So we have to ask for the order. And whenever we ask for the order, there is always a possibility of a yes and always a possibility of a no. Now, what changed my life, Dave, is one statement: I would rather have a no now than a yes tomorrow. A no is better than a maybe.
Yes, no is better.
Most of us, we are conditioned that maybe, a yes tomorrow is better than a no today.
Correct.
Now, what happens when it is a yes tomorrow? We don't work so hard to get other people, because I'm always expecting, well, this order will come now. So I've got 4 or 5 people. So out of 4 or 5, at least, out of 5, at least 4 will come.
Yes.
Okay. And another thing which really made a huge impact on me was something I read. It says, whenever the prospect says, okay, I'll let you know tomorrow or something, it does not mean I'll say no. Yeah, I'll say yes tomorrow. It just means it's a no today.
Yes.
It's a no today. That is more sure rather than yes tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing which made a difference is, until they say no, the selling has not even begun. The real sale starts after they say no.
Correct.
And when they say no and then you make a sale, that is when the excitement happens.
Yes. That's when you're truly a champion.
That's when you're truly a champion. Right?
Yes.
One of my favorite quotes is, if you write down close, C-L-O-C-E, close, and you cut down C, what is left?
Lose.
So I always say, either you close or you lose.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect example.
Yes.
And I think most of them, I think most of the salespeople and business people, number one, they're hesitant because number one, they don't believe in the product and service that they're selling. Right? They feel that, oh, I'm just trying to, push my own product and service on them. They're feeling, they're giving, feeling pity on me, or, they're doing a favor on me by buying the product. You know what? No, I don't want to be that guy. Either I don't sell, which I don't believe in, okay? Or I close myself on what I'm selling and believe 100% that it is going to actually help them. By not closing them or asking for it, it means I'm doing a disservice to them. Actually not helping them, right?
Absolutely, yes.
If I'm not selling my product or my training or my coaching program, that means I'm not doing a service to them. And it's only when they buy my training programs, my books or whatever, then is when I can truly impact them. So it's my duty, my obligation, my responsibility to close others for their own benefit, right? Of course, it does not come with free. That's number one. I think we need to start selling ourselves and need to believe in what we are doing. That is number one. Number two is, I think the fear of rejection is the most, I would say, actually paralyzes a lot of people, right? They reach this point, they're like, they get the feeling, oh, I need to ask, I'm approaching near, right? How many of you are like hesitant? When you reach that point, when you're done with the presentation, now in the back of your mind, you know that, oh, now I'm going to talk about the price. And then you start telling yourself, hey, what if he says no? What if the price is high? What if that, let me think about it. All that thing, keep going. You start feeling nervous. And by the time you reach there, you're already dead and already nervous because you're not sold on your product and services. Here's how you handle the fear of rejection. Okay. Rejection is good. Get rejection as soon as possible so that you do not have to worry about it. And there's a real incident which has happened. I forgot the name of the person who's probably written a book also. He said that I was so shy and I was so afraid of rejection that I never approached any girl, right? For date and all that thing. I never approached. But one fine day, I read some book or something and, he said, I am actually going to face the rejection. I want rejection. This is what I'm going to do. I have a park and vicinity. I'll approach 100 women asking for a date. 100 women asking for a date. Like, who would dare to do that? And I, rejection after rejection after rejection. And every rejection just boosted my morale, boosted my confidence, and boosted my, ability to believe in myself. Every rejection I faced, I went with the same enthusiasm, same approach, becoming better and better and better. And guess what? He ended up having a date, right? A guy who was never confident to get a date, he got a date because he faced so many rejections. This is the real story. And probably you went on to write a book as some theory on this as well, on the, the art of getting rejected or something like that. I forgot the name, but I read it in some book. That's how you should be, right? You need to be ready for the rejection. And guess what? If you're doing it with a genuine intention, you do not have to worry about the rejection also. Like, even if they say no, it's not your, it's their loss that they're not able to get benefited out of what you're going to offer. It's not your loss. And guess what? When you have a lot of people, when you're oversubscribed, when you have a bigger pipeline, it's even better. You know what? Thank God. I have so many people I'm already catering to. Like yesterday, if I did not sign up anybody or whatever, one or two people, I said, I have already got 45 plus mentees. How many people do I want? For me, it does not matter, right? Anybody who joins is a bonus for me and it's going to help them. So, I am more than happy. So these are two things that you should definitely know about this. And then you should have courage to ask for it. So what should we do about it? And there are ways to ask for it, right? So where shall we move from here, right? It's not like, okay, let's do this. Let's sign this. You have to go to the pain level so deep and demonstrate the right solution that people should be asking you, okay, let's do this, right? All you have to do is just give them the cue. Give them the cue that, okay, so where shall we move from here? So what shall we do here, right?
Yeah. In fact, there are things called trial close and full close, and there are so many ways to find out. For example, you are, before you close, you can say, so do you really think it's going to be useful to you? Based on whatever we have discussed so far, do you think this can solve your problem?
Oh, Gana ho jaye, Yati ji, Gana ho jaye.
Huh?
Gana ho jaye, that song.
But that's a part of demonstration which we have already completed.
Yeah, but why don't we do that? It'll embedded in.
And by the way, everybody who is willing to listen to the song of somebody who's not a singer. Okay, we forgot. I wrote down before lunch and again after lunch, and I completely forgot that we have to announce that everybody who stays till the end, they will get a gift, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. So of course, anybody who stays till the end, you definitely get those two recordings, the cold calling recordings.
Oh yeah, that's additional.
And also, we have couple of great gifts which Yati ji has put together, which is about. Do you want to share it now, or is it a surprise for them?
No, we can share the titles. The first one is called self-test, to know how far you need, how good you are already in selling, and what are the areas you need to improve on. It's a one-page PDF, but wherever I have used it, it has been very, 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 very powerful. It's a part of my paid program, and as a special case for all the attendees, we'll share it with them. All right, and the procedure you can share at the end, how they will get.
Right.
Okay. Now, actually in demonstration solution, because we were behind schedule, I did do this. But if you can use a whiteboard or something or white paper there, we want to go into that.
I'll draw it here in the
You
paint.
can, wherever.
Okay, let me open paint.
So this is not a part of what we are doing now, closing. It is a part of presentation. So what happens in the presentation? So imagine your prospect is at one point.
Let's take this.
Okay, let's say this is where your prospect is. And another circle where you want your prospect to be there. Okay, so let's say you want, this is where the order is. The first circle is where the prospect currently is. And the circle is where the order is. So you want the prospect to go from where he is to where the order is so that you get the order. Now, obviously, you cannot expect the prospect to do a high jump. Not many people are good at high jump, or not many people are good at long jump. So you cannot expect the prospect to jump from here to here. So what you have to do is you have to build a kind of a staircase between the prospect and the sale.
Oops, I'm very bad at drawing.
That's okay. You're at least better than me. That's fine. I mean, in my entire career, only once I got a red line in my report card. And that was, I think, in 3rd standard, and it was for drawing.
Okay.
I don't think there is anybody else who has ever got a red mark in drawing. I got one, so I'm special.
Okay, this is staircase.
You've done a great job there.
I've done a better job today.
Yeah, much better. Yes. Okay, so imagine that prospect is right at the bottom of the stairs and the order is at the top of the stairs. So what you have to do is you have to get the prospect to move from the bottom to the top. So how do you make them to move from the bottom to the top? Every time you ask them a question and the prospect says yes. You say, will it be useful? And the prospect says yes. Do you think this is valuable? The prospect says yes. You ask them some other question. Does this solve your problem? They say yes. So every time they say yes, they are climbing one step at a time. And by the time they climb one step, even without their knowledge, they have reached to the top of the stage. And you say, so would you like to buy? Automatically they will say yes. Okay, and this is where, I'm going to come out with my non-singing voice. Okay, because Dave loves to hear it. I don't know why. Okay. But this is from one of the very, very old movies, which was probably made before I was born, because I'm only 33. Okay, so there's this movie called Aradhna. In that, I think it's Devanand and whoever, So the hero is saying, "Baagon mein bahar hai," and the hero says, "Haan hai."
We need to sing, Yatiji. Who wants to hear Yatiji sing? Not just say it, just sing. Who wants to hear him sing? Anybody?
Nobody.
Come on. I'm sure. There are a lot of people who wants you to sing. Look. Yes.
You're putting me in trouble. Rajesh Khanna, right? Rajesh Khanna, yes.
All right.
So he says, "Baagon mein bahar hai, tumko mujhse pyar hai," and he says, "Na." And then he says, "Baagon mein bahar hai, फूलों में निखार है, तुमको मुझसे प्यार है, ना, बागों में बहार है, फूलों में निखार है, आज सोमवार है." And he continues and then says, "तुमको मुझसे प्यार है," and she says, "हाँ." So, when you get them used to saying yes.
Bravo, Yatiji, first of all, for singing all of us. Clap.
Okay, so you have to get the prospect into the habit of saying yes. And when they get into the habit of saying yes, and when you come to the big question, do you want to buy? Chances are very high that they will say yes.
Yes, absolutely brilliant example. What a brilliant example.
Okay, so how many steps can you bring? How many questions can you ask where the prospect, and again, these questions have to be designed. That is a part of the preparation.
Yes.
Where you have to design the question so that the chance of they saying yes is much higher than the chance of they saying no.
Yes. And this is very profound. You got to get soft yeses multiple times so that it's again psychologically proven that when you have a habit of saying yes, 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 you automatically say yes. And all the marketing, gurus, they're also teaching the same thing. And so profound. When you start saying yes, 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 you bring you build a neuro pathways in your brain, which keeps telling you yes, yes, and yes, right? That's how it is. And I forgot the example, but there's a real test. So many researches have been done on this, which is the soft yeses and soft acknowledgement to build a neuropath before the actual time comes to make a decision. So that really works in the favor. So great example, great example. It is definitely an aha moment for me as well when I, learned this, and everybody's applauding you for your great singing, Yatiji. Great way to connect things. Yeah, that's what you're trying to make it engaging and entertaining, right, for you guys. Good. So that's about presentation and even ask. All right. Now the question is, who wants to learn more? Who's enjoying? Who wants to learn more and more? We reached the 5 stage, and there are 2 more stages to go, which is one of the important stages, the objection handling. Who wants to learn more? All right. Chetna says yes, yes, me. All right. Sheikh says yes. Girish says me. Arif says me. Anandita says me. Good. Garima says me. Yes, yes, yes. No second thought. Ishan says good, good. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Do you want to just learn it, or do you want to master the art of sales? Like, it's a huge difference. Archana also is here. Good. Do you just want to learn it? Demo, right? We're probably going to take it later, Girish. Thanks. You want to learn it or master the art of sales? Which one do you prefer? Put it in the chat box. Which one do you prefer? Learning or mastering the art?
L or M?
Yeah, either put L or N. Yeah, just put L or N. Mastering, right? And I agree. There's no fun in being average and mediocre in anything that you do. Learning means nothing. By learning means has no validation. A lot of people say, you know what? I'm reading a lot of books. I'm reading a lot of books. And then they get caught up in too much of knowledge without any implementation, without mastering a subject. And then they still remain average. One of my mentees was that. One of my mentee was like that. And I would not name him, but he's been reading books from last 20 years, 15, 20 years. And then, when I looked at his social media presence, how many people you have impacted and all, surprisingly, he's not made any video, made any blog, and he's not impacting others. So what's the point of using that knowledge and just keeping it to yourself? You need to master the art, and you need to start delivering and impacting others. And you can only master the art when? When do you think that you would have mastered the art, right? Let's talk about sales. When would you feel that you have mastered the art of sales and truly, truly transformed? Put it in the chat box. This is your test and understand how much have you learned so far, what we're teaching today.
And by the time they're typing there, most of us don't understand. Sales is the only game in the world, only sports in the world where there is no second prize.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, good. Every other sports there has even if you don't get the first prize, you get the second prize.
Yes, yes.
In sales, either you say get yes or you get no. There's no middle way.
There's no middle way. There's no maybe. Maybe is a no, right? When you have more clients. So answers for us says that you will truly transform the sales and art when you have more clients. All right. What about others? Satyam says when we practically use it. Okay, but when would I know, right? When I practically use it, but when I know, right? Ability to close a deal that what I want, right? And okay, Arif says whenever I want the deal, I can close a deal when I want. Okay, all right, we're very close. Convenience to sell ratio. Convince to sell ratio increases for us. Okay, like what is that ratio, right? Okay, how would you measure that? How would you know? Anandita says when we have lots of connects. Okay, lots of connects is okay. We transform. All right, I don't know. When the revenue goes up, okay, again, the revenue is very subjective. What do you mean 10%, 20%, 100%? Very subjective, okay? Here's the analogy that, I would like Yatiji to share on when would you truly know that you really mastered the art of sales and you really transformed.
Okay. Yeah, so see, I believe that almost everybody here is familiar with the game of chess. They may be good players, they may not be good players, they may have played, whatever. But I think most of us are familiar with the game of chess. How many of you are familiar with the game of chess? Give me a yes. If you're a good player, you can write, I'm a good player also, no problem. Or I'm an amateur, whatever. Or if you're a professional. Yeah, most of you. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So what happens now when I started learning chess, I was only interested in what can I move. I can move the shoulder, I can move that, I can take my horse. I know I can't move the king. I know. So I knew the moves. I learned the moves, but I was only focused on what can I do. But once I started playing, then I saw that whatever I did, the other guy did something. So I had to think, okay, if I do this, what can he or she do? What can my opponent or partner can do? And then slowly I understood that, okay, if they do this, what can I do? And then I had to now, go one step further and say, okay, I can do this, 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 this. If I do this, they can do this, 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 this. If I do this, they can do this, this, this. And you do this. So, it seems that an amateur, I'm not talking about a beginner, I'm talking about an amateur. Amateur can think about 1 to 3 moves in advance. A professional can think of almost about 5 moves in advance. And somebody like Vishwanath Anand, a master, can think about 7 moves in advance. And when I say 7 moves, I mean at least about 1 million permutation combination.
Wow.
Think about an approximately 1 million permutation combination in minutes. In minutes, they can think before they make the move, before they touch the coin. I mean, they can think of so many things. Now, even when we are talking to the prospect, we are only thinking about what can I say. We have never sat down and said, okay, if I say this, what all can he say? If I say this, what all can I say? This is the game we played in the afternoon. That was only, I'm giving them only 2 choices, so they can say only one of the 2. Okay, and I have to prepare very little because there are only 2 choices. They don't have 3rd choice.
Yes.
But when it comes to selling, for each question, they have more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. Now I have to be mentally prepared for all the 4, 5, 6 options. And then I have to take into consideration, okay, if they say this and I say this, what can they say? So that is when you master, when you can predict, right in the approach stage, you can predict whether you'll be able to do a demonstration or not. Right in the identifying need stage, you know whether you're going to get that order or you're not going to get that order. You don't have to finish the sales call to know what the result will be.
This is profound. This is profound. Look, remember going back to the example of going to 3 levels of pain. You know that emotion is so high at this level and the need is so high that person would die to have your product or service and solve that problem. So when you reach that level, you are a grand master already and you know what he's going to say next. And okay, he's going to say next. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to push him away and see if he's not a fit, I'll not take him. If he's a fit, I'm going to say this and then we will do this. So as a sales champion, right, an amateur and champion, this is the difference. Amateur just thinks of one move on what he's going to say, as Yati said. A professional, the day when he starts predicting the outcome, the result, few steps in advance and can understand to read somebody's mind effectively, that is the day when you truly, truly know that you have mastered the art of sales and you have really, really become good at it. You know what the outcome is going to be, similar to games, similar to chess and all. That is when you know you mastered the game. Does that make sense?
Also there, when you talk about that personal pain, okay, and if you at the personal pain level, you are clear that they are not at that level where you want them to be. Now you know what to do.
Yes.
See, otherwise, if you are at that level, then of course it's going to be close. I mean, it's going to be easier. But even if you don't, now you can start planning. Okay, what do I need to do before I close so that I increase my probability of closing the deal?
Yes. Yes.
So you know in advance what are the probabilities.
Right, right. And trust me, it's like knowing a little bit of martial art and becoming a Shaolin monk, right? It's a difference. Shaolin monk knows the move. He knows every inch of the ground and every move he's doing. That if he has to move this hand only this much, if he does this much, then he'll poke in his eyes. That's the way. When you reach that level, again, to reach the monk level, of course, takes long time. It does not happen overnight. You have to put so many years. And to become master and transform in sales, also, if it not years, at least it takes few weeks and months of rigorous effort, learning, rehearsing, practicing, fine-tuning, mock calls. That's when you truly start seeing the transformation and start becoming better and better and predicting what others are going to say. That's what we realized, that we mastered this art over few years by stumbling upon few things. We took some training, but now we realize that, okay, now this is the time that we need to impart our knowledge to others and have our disciples who actually become the sales transformers or champions. Okay. With that, now before we get into the stage 5 and 6 and 7, we wanted to together wanted to share our vision, right? Is that okay if we go ahead and share our vision, what we are looking to achieve with the people and why we are doing what we are doing? Is that okay to share a vision right now? Yes.
Yeah, there are lots of yeses.
Anindita says okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Girish. Okay. Good. Good. So great. Ishan. Thank you. So look, here's what we decided, that we've got that collective experience. Why don't we actually put that experience together, compress in a very systematic manner and help people to transform, not just provide the education, provide the training. Like Yati ji has trained more than 2 lakh people. And if you ask Yati ji, how many people truly become the sales champion? How many people can even predict what the customer is going to say next? How many actually completely transformed and became the sales champion? The answer would not shock you, because it's very, very less. Very, very few. In single digit percentage might change. Because what has happened is, we realized that we were just doing training, and then when we're out of the session, most of the information is lost. Okay, first of all, 80% is lost. Out of 20% what they retained, only 10% is they are implementing. And out of the 10% what they implemented, probably 5% is what they mastered at it. Why? Because they did not have regular monitoring. They did not have regular practice. They did not have regular coaching. They did not have regular feedback. And when the fine tuning and feedback is not happening, we realize anything that you want to do, you will not be able to master the skill. And that is when we realize the importance of having a community, having people together who support each other and help each other. Same thing, same concept I built for Passionpreneur Mastermind family. And it became very powerful. He also is one of the members. And everybody started seeing the progress, not just because I'm leading it, is because everyone is leading it. Everybody is pushing it. Like Jogesh Jain did his, I don't know, Yati ji saw or not, in the break, Jogesh has gone to Imphal to give his, speech in one of the schools for 2 to 3 days. And he made a video how his social media reach has increased drastically. On LinkedIn, he had like 360 connection. Just within 30 days, it's gone to 1800 connection.
Oh my God, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he just did the video today and he shared his secret as to what happened, how it happened, what did he do. It's not Dave Gadhvi used to teaching everything. It's the power of the community and the people that have come together and who are sharing the best practices and secrets. So we have a vision that, hey, why don't we create a community of the sales champions who have the right mindset, who have the right attitude, and who push each other to become better. Of course, we will be guiding them. We'll be sharing all the principles and sharing the secrets, helping them to implement it as well. And we'll do the coaching as well. We'll do the fine tuning. But most importantly, we'll provide the community and the ecosystem, which is not available anywhere. You go in the company or outside, you cannot sit with somebody and say, hey, let's do a mock call. People will just laugh at you. Nobody is ready to do a mock call. Nobody is ready to spend their Sunday in learning this thing, what you guys are learning. So that is our vision, that whatever we lost, we could not master it. I lost 13 years not learning and mastering the art of sales. We together said, you know what? We will make sure that other people don't lose that much time. And sales has become a blessing to me, and I'm sure Yati ji as well, because the day when I quit my job, the number one skill which helped me to build my business, and I did not struggle. Only one workshop tanked, but after that, all my workshop was super hit and I got oversubscribed. Not because I was brilliant. It's because I learned that sales is the ultimate thing, and I was able to sell others on my vision, my ideas, and my dreams. And then I provided the right platform to everybody. So that is the vision that we have. And of course, I come with 16, humble 16 years of experience. Yati's got tons and tons of years of experience, 5 decades of experience. Hey, why don't we join hands together and provide that ecosystem, a mentoring kind of environment which can help people to transform, or maybe 1 year is probably a long time. Why don't we do like a 90-day kind of engagement where we are coaching and training? So that's where we came up with this option, right? This is where we're looking to not just train people, but we're looking to transform people. Right? We're looking to transform people from an average amateur sales or businessman to becoming the master and sales champion. This is our vision. And a little bit of my backstory. But if I've just put 56 here. I lost 13 years before I even invested in my self-education on sales. Like first investment I made, Yatiji knows it, right? 1.3 lakh I paid for Grant Cardone University 3 years ago, and I got so much of reward. I could, I could recoup my investment within few months, and I became a sales champion in that company. Where remember that 20 years old grown up donkey sales guy I shared the example with. He was there, right? I was able to close the tough deals like this, where people said no. I already know about you. I was able to get in touch with him again, in the same call where he said no to my team, but I said, no, I'm going to talk, let's talk. And I convinced him and we closed the deal there. And that's where my CEO, he put a label that, Dave Gadhvi is my star. I closed 200,000 worth of deal, which was the biggest deal, 3-year contract. That all happened because I invested at the right time. I mean, I wish I would have done it before, but I invested the right time and I recouped the investment. So I understood the importance of sales. I said, now I want to actually share that knowledge with others. And I regret that I wish I would have started learning and mastering the art long back. That's a little bit of my story. Yatiji has been in this sales. Why don't you share your story, Yatiji?
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, I started selling when I was about 10 years old. I come from a lower middle class family. And I remember when I was in school, okay, I don't remember the primary school, but I remember the high school very vividly, that almost every classmate of mine used to have some pocket money or the other. But I never got any pocket money ever. In fact, when I was young, I know that we never had any problem about food. We always had enough food, but we never had anything more than food. We never even had a bicycle. We never even had a transistor radio. So, we were, okay. As I said, we were in the lower middle class family. And when everybody used to have pocket money, now at that age, about 10, 11, okay, you really feel that, everybody's having and you don't having, and luckily I come from a Marwadi family. Okay, so probably the business runs in the blood maybe. So I was thinking about what I can do. And one of my uncle, he had a stationery shop. And every student, they need a pen, pencil, rubber, the eraser and all that. So I used to get it from my uncle and, give it to my friends and make 1 paisa, 2 paisa kind of a thing, and, get my pocket money. And that is how I got into sales, not as an option, not as a this thing. But hey, I didn't have much of a choice. Okay. And then slowly I realized that, yes, it's a great job. And, as I already said in the morning, I used to talk. I love to talk. And I thought talking is great for selling. And also I love traveling. I just love traveling. Okay. Right from childhood, I have been traveling only from Chennai to Bikaner and Bikaner to Chennai, because Bikaner is where my father's family is. And Chennai is where my mother's family is. So I used to travel, and in between we'll have so many stations. But I never got down at any station. But the travel wanted me to travel, and I came to understand that in sales you can travel, and that's why I got into sales by choice. And I was so lucky that I got my first job in one of the top companies in the world, which is now called Procter & Gamble. That time was called Richardson Hindustan. So I had a very good salary and all that. And I didn't really have to sell. I mean, I thought I was in a sales job, but actually I was not in a sales job. I was in an order taker job because already the company had a pull. All I have to do is go to the shops and ask them, and whatever they want to buy, they buy, and if I work hard, I'll make sales. And then lots of things happened. I started my own business. I was not so successful until 1989. Okay, I did not have much to talk about. 89 is when I got, 89, 87, I attended my first sales training. Okay, now when I attended my first sales training, it was not that I wanted to attend or I understood the importance. I know sales here, come on. Okay, so who needs a sales training? Only people who don't know about sales. I have been in sales for what? Till that time, I have been in sales for almost about 20 years. If you take it from the time I started selling, and if you take it from the time I got into career as a sales, I've been selling for more than 10 years. So what do I need the sales training for? So, but that was a must to get into that kind of because it was purely a commission job. But even to do that, the training was must. So I attended the training, but I was not mentally there. I was only physically there. So I didn't get much of a benefit. And I tried and I failed. I failed and failed and failed. For 2 years, okay, I did not have any success. In 1989, again, I got back in. And this time, again, I had to attend the sales training program. And this time, I understood the importance of sales, changed my life. After that, I got the first book in my life about, I have always been a reader. Right from childhood, I have been a reader. I love to read, but I never read anything other than novels and magazines and newspapers till 1989. I didn't even know that there are other books available. In 1989, I came across my first book, which was presented to me by one of my mentors from my money. Okay, so he had some of my money, and instead of giving me the money, he gave me a book. So I was really cursing him. Honestly speaking, I was cursing him. But luckily, that book was in a story format, and the name of that book is The Greatest Salesman in the World. Okay, any of you are making notes, you can write down this: The Greatest Salesman in the World. It's in a story format and changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. And then I bought another book, and then I attended my first paid training program.
What was it? Greatest Salesman of the Oz?
Sorry?
Greatest Salesman of the Oz or something?
No, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Og
Greatest Salesman.
Mandino. The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Okay, and then I attended my first training program. And in 1989 end, it was costing me 3,000 rupees.
Wow.
Now at that time, 3,000, I don't know what's the word today, maybe 3 lakhs or maybe 30,000 or whatever. Okay, but what happened, I attended the training program, and 6 months after that, I sat down in my first flight. I had never been in a flight before that. In fact, till that time, I had sat in a car 3 times. Right from my birth till 1989, I had sat in a car just about 3 times. Of course, not my car, somebody else's. Okay, and in 1990, I'm on my first flight, and do you know where? To USA.
Wow, that was a
distant. My first flight is not even a domestic flight; it's an international flight, and that also where I know Florida, Disneyland.
Disneyland, wow! And that's where you met the legend, right?
No, I didn't meet in Disneyland. It was in Florida. After Disneyland, we went to Florida. Okay, that is where I met Zig Ziglar.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, so my life changed after the training, right. And that is why I know the value of training. Then in 1993, I started training. And today I can give you stories after stories after stories after stories after stories of people whose lives have changed. And definitely I want to share one. Okay, there's a person, I'll not use his name. I normally use his name, but I will not use it right now. But he came to me, he was working with a German company. And this German company had their operation in India for almost about 18 months. He was their resident representative in India. In 18 months, and they were selling some high high value cement manufacturing plants. In 18 months, he could not get a single order.
Wow.
Okay, and I mean, obviously they were high price, high quality, all that. But how long a company can wait? So after 18 months, they decided to close. Okay, because they didn't get a single order. But just before the close of the company, somewhere he came across our training program, my training program of YA training, and he, as a kind of a last resort, he came for the training program. And 12 days later, he comes to my office with a big box of big box of sweets. So I said, wow, Madhu, what happened? What is this? He says, I got my first order. I said, wow, that's amazing. I'm like 18 years, no order. And 12 days you got your first order. What did you do? He said, you remember, yeah, Yati ji, he calls me Yati. Okay, so he says, you remember, Yati, you told us about the time-defined need? That's what I did. And I got my first order. I said, wow, what's the value of the order? 65 lakhs.
Wow, 65 lakhs back then.
Back then, absolutely. And today, I mean, of course, he's the MD of that company's branch in India, and still he's, still I train his team. And okay, so I can tell you stories after stories of people who have been highly successful.
Wow, that is beautiful. Now, see, this is the reason why we came together, because our belief system, our values is matching. We did not understand. We are again from the similar background. I also was born in a humble family. My dad was a truck driver. We understood the value of learning some skill. Look, we did not have a lot of money that we can start our business like this, but we had the high income skill. And that's what, all the successful people say. Like Dan Locke says that if you want to become rich, start learning the high income skill. And sales on this planet Earth is one of the highest income skill. Very few people understand it. You can make more money out of high income skills. We decided that, we're going to put our experience together in combination to deliver this in actually easiest manner in 3 months, in 90 days. That's when we decided to, start this program called, 90-day sales transformation. We already, decided we're going to only keep it restricted to limited people, because it's a mentorship program, not a learn it yourself like a video watching program like Grant Cardone, right? I don't want to do that. Yatiji also doesn't want to do that, because we want to transform people. We don't know how much video are effective. So we shortlisted 20, we said we're going to start with 20 people. We already got 11. 2 people, I have not got the photos from them. One of them is Dinesh, one of them is Sharad. But these are the people who are already shortlisted. We got Tariq, Milind, Mahendra, Suman, Bhuvnesh, Amol, Sachin, Suman again, and Nihal, and Dinesh, and Sharad. So we already got 11 people. Now we're only looking to have 9 more people to mentor them, to help them to transform their lives. Now the interesting part is Sharad is not from sales. Mahendra is not from sales, right? Mahendra he's got 17, 18 years of experience out of Nigeria, right? And Dinesh is based out of Australia, right? None of them are in sales, right? Sharad also is not in sales, but yeah, Dinesh is going to start his own entrepreneur journey. So is Mahendra, that he will start his own business consulting people on operation, optimization. And a lot of them are even my mentees, and some of them are, Yatiji's mentees for a long time training. So that's what we decided, that we're going to have 20 people who we will handhold and step by step help them to transform their sales and help them master that art, so that they can grow their business, close more deals, and win, right? That's what we decided. Now, the biggest question is, why do you think people struggle, they remain average, or never transform? What are the biggest reasons? Now, I'm very curious to understand, because if you don't know that, you will never be able to transform. Now, these are the things I did not know and lost 13 years. But I'm hopeful that people, if you're here listening to this, spending whole day with us, you probably know the answer. So why do you think? Type it in the chat box. Why do people struggle in sales or remain average? And even if they remain average, for me, average is still a failure formula, right? So type it in the chat box. Why do people struggle? Why do people remain average and never transform? Ultimately, goal is what? To transform, right? Everybody wants to be a better version, right? Who would want to be like, oh, I'm the same guy, I'll remain same. Same house, same money, same business. No. So put it in the chat box. And of course, we will cover those 2 steps soon. The objection clarification and the sell part pretty soon. But we want to understand from you, why do you think that people struggle and end in average? Put it in the chat box. You better hurry up. We have a lot of things to cover. All right. Great. Anandita says, as they are not willing to learn every day and develop their skill. Fantastic. The lack of awareness. Absolutely. Right? No frame of work for sales. Absolutely. They don't have the process. They don't even know the process. Like most of you, when you started, you did not know what is sales process. But by now, you already know the sales process. So you're already ahead of a lot of people. They don't sharpen their axe every day. Axe, is not sharpened, right? Absolutely, Satyam, you're right. No mentor, absolutely. They don't have the guidance, the mentor who can, how many times we proactively go and listen to our calls? We don't. How many times we say, hey, let's do a mock call. Hey, I have a client call. Let's practice this, right? How many times?
In fact, Dave, you remember when you came recently to Chennai about 10 days back?
Yes.
And in your room, we were practicing a mock call. You remember?
Yes.
Okay, at our level, we are practicing a mock call.
Learning never ends. Despite of so many decades of experience, Yatiji, despite of 16 years of my experience, we are still learning mock practice. Imagine if I don't have people like Yatiji in my network, and if I don't have those people, how will we practice and rehearse and become better and better, right? So we learn from each other, right? That's definitely number one. And I've even shared the video, the cut of that video on social media.
They don't understand where they are lacking.
Yes, the challenges. Yeah, how will they improve if they don't know what they need to improve upon, right? Probably the person is not ready to learn and wants something more from. Okay, yeah, they fail if they're not ready to learn. Of course, they miserably will fail if they're not ready to learn. Archana says they feel that they are expert, and this is one of the most important aspects.
Especially salespeople, especially salespeople, they always think they are experts. If they have ever closed one sale, just one sale in their life, they are experts.
Yeah, and same thing, Yasiji experienced, I experienced, like I was in sales for 13 years. I said, yeah. And honestly, I was closing better than others, okay? Because my benchmark was there, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm good.
The same thing with me there. I mean, I was doing better than others.
Yeah. Chetna says my ex-boss. All our ex-boss. Trust me, all the bosses, all the managers, all in sales, they don't know a thing about sales. They think they're the champion, but they have no idea how sales work. You probably know better than 90% of them, right? Either you knew it or you learned what you learned today. Nobody knows it because nobody is willing to spend their time and effort to learning the art of skills, sales. Like I was the overconfident, cocky person, right? Before even I signed up for Grant Cardone. Moment I signed up for Grant Cardone, like, wow, I did not know this, and life changed. Then I said, okay, now I know it all. Who can teach me more, right? Again, the Dan Lok happened. Dan Lok, oh, wow, I did not know this. And then inner circle happened. Like every time when I thought that I'm good at something, somebody or the other came and broke my myth who were 100 times better than me. And I thank Kayvon from Dan Lok's team who closed me, or who actually helped me to take the decision. And, till last minute, I said, no, I'm just getting on a call to have a conversation, just a conversation, right? Till the last minute, I said, I'm going to quit my job, starting the business. The way he made me realize what I was missing in life, he asked me some specific question, which went to the detailed personal level. Now I realize that he did the same thing on me. And I'm glad he did it, because if he would have not closed me that day, I would have never got into Dan Lok University, Dan Lok Inner Circle, Dan Lok, and I would have not learned what I learned today. And I would have never built the Passionpreneur Mastermind community, because everywhere I had to require to sell people on my dreams and help them, close themselves. Like what Kayvon closed me on my better version, I closed Yatiji on his better version. And then I closed other people, Chetna and everybody who's, in part of my Passionpreneur Mastermind family. I closed each and every one on their better version of the future. And I'm sure they're glad and they're happy to stay with me. And if I would have not closed them, it would have not happened. So most of the people remain average because I know it all, I know it all attitude. So here's the thing.
There, till 1989, I knew more than 90% about sales.
Oh, wow.
Today, I know only about 5% of sales. One of my favorite quotes,
Uh,
the less I know, the more I think I know.
less
The
I
more
know.
I know, the less I know, the more I think I know. And the more I know, the more I realize how little I know.
Oh, wow. This is really profound. And I think very few people could ever understand this. People understood. This is aha
See,
moment.
if you ask a second standard, third standard child, do you know maths? If he knows addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, he knows all about maths. There's nothing more to learn about maths. And the MSc maths, he thinks he's just starting.
Yes, that is true. That is true. So profound. It is so profound. I say every time I learn something new, I realize how much I don't know. That is true, man.
Perfect, Srinivas. Beautiful. Very well said.
That is true. And
Same.
we
Yeah.
be like that. If we have our glass empty every time and we are ready to learn, we learn more. We cannot learn more with our glass full. We have to empty our cup, then we pour more. That's why most of the people struggle and remain average. And why we are doing this? We're telling you because don't be that person. Don't repeat the same mistake that we did because of our limiting belief, our narrow-mindedness, that we know it all, or we don't need to learn. We can learn from experience. We don't need to practice. We don't need more calls. We don't need mentor. Don't make those mistakes that we did, which costed us many years, right? Don't do that. So with keeping that in mind, of course, this is the vision that we created. And of course, it requires the time and money investment. Okay. So who wants the transformation? Who is looking for a transformation? Who would love to have transformation and become a sales champion? Put in the chat box. Who would love to transform their sales skills?
Not only sales skills, their life skills and their business skills and entrepreneur and
Everything. Giri says me. Ishan says me. Big me. All right. Sheikh Alim says yes, me. What else? Anybody else? All right. Only 4 people want to transform. Archana says me. 5. Okay. Varun says me. Also, marry along with it. Chetna says me. Okay. Good. Good. Garima says me. All right. Good. A lot of people want to transform. Okay. Now, Satyam says me. All right. Anybody else? Right? If you've not typed anything in a whole day, listener, this is your time. This is your time to confront to yourself that yes, I need to transform. Yes, I need to learn. I need to empty my cup. I need to have people around me. I need to have coaches and trainers. I need to read books. If you're not typed the whole day, this is your time. Just put it in the chat box. All right. So with this, one thing is clear. People are committed. People are serious. And when you are serious, things will start to happen to you like it had happened to me. But everything has an investment, be it the time or the money. Before we go into the step, or what are the 6 and 7, I would like to just share this with no intention of pressurizing anybody. You have no obligation whatsoever. But as we believe that we cannot help anybody if we are not able to show them the option that can help them to become a better version of themselves. We are doing a disservice to you by not giving you this option. So me and Yatiji, we have decided to give you this option. And if you're asking what is the commitment, what is the investment that is required, we wanted to share it with you right now. Investment of the 90-day sales transformation program, which me and Yatiji, we will be mentoring you. It is costing around 1.1 lakh. Now, if you're thinking, how is it costing 1.5 lakh? What is it that is going to be included? We just want to put it before you so that you understand what it is. What is it going to cover? It's going to cover 3 physical workshops. Whatever we learned, all the 5 steps we learned, we're going to cover all last 2 soon. But we're going to cover each and every step in detail in physical workshop. Like one day, whole day, we're just going to talk about prospecting, cold calling, and generating leads, how to identify the people, whole day. And every day, once you've done that, we will do the regular mock calls, group mock calls. And then at the end of 1 week, we'll again do one-on-one coaching. After 1 week, they'll have one more webinar. So it will be a synchronized thing, right? So again, there will be mix of few things. Physical workshop, like once in a month for 3 months, or 3 workshops, which typically, if you go to Yatiji's workshop or my workshop, it typically costs about 10 to 15,000 per person, right? If you're doing a whole day. So we just being, it could be in Pune or Mumbai, either of that cities, right? And then will be one whole day like this workshop. Again, one specific topic, drilling down into it and learning and mastering it. Again, followed up with the mock calls and coaching. Then 3 one-on-one coaching. Apart from the mock calls and group suggestions and group coaching, we will have one-on-one calls exclusively between you and Yatiji, who will be teaching you things that you're lacking. Because we know it, right? One thing is learn with everybody. The second thing is, hey, what am I missing? What is it that I need to specifically work on and fine tune that? Who will do that? That is where your coach and mentor will fine tune it, right? So you learn, implement, course correct, implement, and then, become better and better. So that's the process that we have put together for people who need to transform.
One of the biggest advantages is all of these are going to be recorded.
Yes.
Okay. So you will have access forever.
Yes.
So when you attend a physical workshop today of mine or they, you just attend the workshop, and if you miss something, you miss something.
Correct.
Okay, you cannot go back.
Yes.
But here, the physical workshop, 2 things. One is physical workshop, assuming for a minute you are not able to attend, you can join us live. You can join us live when we are doing the physical workshop.
Yes.
It will also be online.
Yes.
So you can join us live. If you cannot join us live also, you will get the recording.
Absolutely.
Even if you attend the physical workshop, you will still get the recording. So you can go back and you say, okay, something Yatiraji said, something, they've said, and I missed that out. I want to you can do that because you have the recording right.
Correct. And this was the disadvantage, right? Where we just attend the workshop and then everything forgets, right? This is something that you will have to transform over a period of time. So you need to go back and listen to recording and implement it and all that. So that's why we put together this. And then, of course, we'll have weekly mock calls, even have daily, right? If not every day, then every 1 or 2 days, 3 days, we'll have a regular setup, of a scheduled call where every group member, 20 people will come in, and you can have, divide the group in 4, 5, 5, and you do the, let's say, we learned mock call, say cold calling today, like you can go and practice cold call. Okay. And people will give you feedback. That's how you get better and better and better. You cannot afford to try R&D when you're on live call. You cannot just call a client and do practice. This is where you become great and you can predict what the client is going to say next. And
when you say that, Dev, I remember one example somebody told me, what if doctors practiced on live patients?
That's going to be deadly. And that same thing happened. Same thing happens in sales. People want to do R&D in live calls. And that's why no wonder, and Chetna can agree to this, that we did a lot of mock calls when high tickets closing program, when we attended Dan Locke's program. Then mock call really made a lot of impact. One thing was learning from Dan, but more important was when we were practicing and doing mock calls. Yeah, she said, right. That's what actually transformed our skill. It was not just the learning and training. The implementation of it and mastering the art came through mock calls. So that's where we decided the essence of having that as well. And the most important is you will have direct access to us. Right? If you have any query, if you're stuck somewhere, you want to run some proposal through us, you want to have some opinion, you will have access to us. Of course, for that, you'll have to look for our availability as well. But we do not want to restrict you because this is a mentorship program. This is not do-it-yourself program, right? This is not a video course where you just go log in and watch everything. This is a mentorship. We only win when we help you win. We only win when we help you to transform yourself, right? That's the whole agenda behind this, right? So in short, what we're going to do is we're going to actually transform you on all these aspects. Understanding this, process is one thing, but helping you to become master at each and every subject. Starting from pre-sale to approach, having a great attitude. And remember, we spoke about just the tonality. That itself requires few hours of learning, understanding, and practicing it. Even your tonality will not come automatically. You either overexcited or you're dull. You're not able to connect. 86 is the tonality. So we'll teach all that. This is the most important day. Whole day of understanding the need, pain with the role plays and practice and all. Demonstrating.
For example, we'll talk about situational questions.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about problem awareness question. We'll talk about solution awareness questions.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about the power of questions. And today we didn't have time, because we were running behind schedule. But you remember we talked about the, who is in charge, control with questions.
Yes. Control with questions.
So much more. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can bring your situation, live situation scenarios as well. And we'll tell you how to handle it, how to present it, And I don't even mind making few cold calls for you, showing you how it is done. And I'm sure Yatiji as well. Because
I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean, if it is your client, your customer, bring the number and we'll show you how to make that cold call and how to win that deal. We'll demonstrate it because we're not teaching anything theoretical here. It's all practical and easy step-to-step process. And we've done it and we've learned it hard way. So we want to make sure you learn it as fast as you can. And all, of course, clarify. We're going to cover next 2 steps now. We give you the brief on how to handle objection, clarify, and we'll also cover the S today in brief. But each subject requires a whole day's assistant, right? Now, in short, you will be able to get married. Right? With this process, you can get married to anybody you want or close any deal you want because you will be able to master the skill and transform the skill. Now, good news. Who's ready? Who wants to hear the good news? Who wants to hear the good news? Varun says, yes, we will love the invitation. Who wants to hear the good news? Put it in the chat box. Me. All right. Satyam says me. Varun says me. Anandita says me. Ishan says me. Right? But only few people want to know the good news. Ankush says me. Yes. All right. Good. Good. So the good news is the investment, and as I said, there's no pressure. We just want to lay it on the table, right? So investment today, if you're investing and joining the Passionpreneur, this transformation program of 90 days, again, is no guarantee that even if you're interested, you will be shortlisted, is 75,000. Now see who is actually serious in transforming, right? It's very easy to say people fail and remain average because of this. But when it comes to taking the right decision to move ahead and transforming life, that's where people, real people are made and real people are actually decided. But if you have been here whole day and if you understand our vision and our mission, which I'm sure you do now, I have a best news for you. Who is ready?
Before you go into the best news,
yes.
Dave, yes. I have one question.
Yes.
We have already covered 5 steps. They know the other 2 steps. So there are totally 7 steps. Out of these 7, what do you think, or what does each of the participants feel will help you the most?
Yes.
Which one step you think can really help you to multiply your sales? Where you are saying, okay, if I can master this, I will be able to easily double, triple, quadruple my sales.
Good. Something is high. Okay, good.
Identifying need, okay.
Pain and need, yes, that's the biggest thing. What else?
Right.
Identify the need. Anandita says yes. Good. Oh, approach and attitude, very important. Good. Approach and attitude, good. What else? And you can even say the same thing if somebody else has said it, it's fine.
Yeah. They're talking about you, not about others.
Yes, yes. What else? What else do you think would add more value to you or would be the most beneficial for you? Got it? Okay. Demonstrate. Ishan says demonstrate.
How many of you feel that, if you could double your sales, okay, if you could double your sales over the period of next 3 months, okay, and don't put it in the chat box, but just ask yourself, what will that mean to you financially?
Yes. If you could double your sales or double your clientele, what would that mean to you financially and maybe even personally as well?
Because the way the whole program is designed, each of the step, okay, is going to help you double. If you just become better at approach, you will get double the number of appointments And if everything remains same, you will still double the sales.
Good. And
If you become good at,
and I remember you have so many testimonials, so many people who have done it by just one step. Remember that guy, friend, by just eye, he was able to get that big order just because of one eye. I mean, it's
each of the step. I have somebody who attended my training program in September 2016. Yeah, September 2016, and he was in that company till that time for 6 months. In 6 months, his total sales was 5.71 lakhs.
Oh wow!
He attended the program. Next 1 month, his sale was 5.1 lakhs in 1 month.
1 month. Oh, so you're saying the 6 months he closed 5 lakh and just 1 month.
5.7, and in 1 month he did 5.1.
And recently you shared some story, right? Somebody closed some deal, 27 lakhs. Recently you told me, right? Somebody came and said, I closed one of my biggest deal.
Yes, we'll come to that. Okay, but this guy, in the next 12 months, he did 1 crore.
Oof.
1 crore way from 5.71 lakhs in 6 months to 1 crore in 1 year.
That's unbelievable. And that's the power of sales. That's the power. If you can convince somebody, influence somebody, that is the greatest skill. If you can sell somebody on your idea, your vision, if you can impact somebody, that is the best art that anybody can have. So I am totally with you. Totally with you. Now, who is ready for the best news? And then we'll move on to last 2 chapters. Who is ready for the best news?
Giri says me.
Yes, me. Satyam says me. Anindita says me. All right. Best news. Yes, please. All right, good. Okay, Varun says me. And rest of the people don't know that they don't want the best news.
They're still thinking, Dave, we have given them a shock.
I've given them a shock. And sometimes, you need to have a shock. Sometimes you need to have a shock. And it comes across as a shock to a lot of people when it comes to making some decisions in life. Okay. So the best news is for today, not 1.1 lakh. It's not even 75,000 just for today and up to a certain time. And I'll tell you the time when we are about to finish the workshop, today's whole day workshop, just for a limited period, because there are only few seats left. It's going to be
wow.
I mean, we sat and we discussed, Yatiji, what is the best we can do, the least amount that we can do, where we, of course, are not going in losses. At the same time, it's worth our time and our effort because we're doing it for the group. We can make it more competitive and cost effective, right? I have invested 1.3 lakh for just video training in Grant Cardone. He said, we don't want to do video. And we don't even want to pay 1.3 lakh or 1.5 lakh there. I've invested, 5 lakhs in Dan Locke, but I don't expect others to, spend 5 lakhs on sales, just one art, closing art. I don't want to do that. We want to make it as competitive and as easy as possible. And the day when they transform, we know that will be our payday. The day when they become the sales champion and when they come back and share their success stories, that is our true payday. And that's why it's okay. Let's make it the most affordable. Okay.
Recently, I bought a course which does not have any mentoring, which does not have any regular calls, just a video course, 70,000 rupees.
Oh, wow. 70,000 rupees.
I mean, $997.
Wow. That is
almost like 70,000 rupees or maybe a little more or a little less.
So in short, what we are saying is you have access to the same data, same knowledge through us, where you don't even have to go anywhere, and not just in video. You have access to us directly. You are meeting with us whole day. You have being coached by us directly, and also have the ecosystem, everything put together. 45,000, which is hardly 15,000 per month, which is what per day. How much is it?
500.
500 rupees per day, which is a cost of what? Not even a movie. When you go for a movie, you end up spending 1,000 rupees. So 5,500 rupees per day, which is the investment on myself, which is not just for 3 months. It's going to be probably for next 30 years. I will start getting advantage, taking benefit for next 30 years. I mean, how can you not justify this? Like, how can you not justify this investment in yourself and your dreams? I don't know. It's a no-brainer for me. It's like almost a freebie. Anyway, who would want to be part of the rest 9, the top 20 who we will be mentoring? If it is you, again, subject to being shortlisted, by the way, okay? Even if you're interested, not, it's only few people will have privilege to be part of this. The first batch, which always is close to our heart. My first Passionpreneur Mastermind batch is very close to my heart. I'm readily available for them anytime.
Some of the Passionpreneurs are here, Dave.
Yeah.
Right with us on the call.
Yeah.
Right with us on the webinar.
Yes.
Some of the Passionpreneurs are there. They can probably share just 1 or 2 sentences about their experience so far with Dave's Passionpreneur.
Yeah. Before we move into this, and whoever is interested, anybody who is a Passionpreneur here, any one-liner, two-liner, any experience, and of course you've invested lakhs, by the way, for people talking about 45,000, you probably have invested lakhs already in me. Any feedback, any thoughts you have, the experience that you had so far in Passionpreneur Mastermind family, what is it that you like about it? And if you don't like about it, it's okay. We can go ahead and talk about it, what you don't like. But anybody, if you're here, I can. Yeah. If you want to just share like a one-liner or chat. Arif. Oh, you having a bad throat? No worries. Oh, you want to talk? Let's unmute Chetna then. Right? Again, we'll finish this. So Chetna, you are unmuted.
Hello.
Hi, Chetna.
Hi Dev. Hi Yatiji.
Hi, Chetna.
Sorry for the background noise.
That's okay.
But the one line that I would like to share is that you already have a roadmap which you figured out over a period of time. And what we have got ready-made is that roadmap, and we are just following that roadmap and getting results. For myself and JJ this morning, he shared the video about the followers that he has gained. And it's mind-blowing. And it's a lot of time is saved, because we are not experimenting, we are not, falling on our faces, and we are, doing the right things. So that's the one-liner. It was a big line.
Super. Thank you, Chetna.
Awesome, Chetna.
And for people who don't know, Chetna already invested 1.6 lakhs in HTC program, and she learned it, and she's still invested in Passionpreneur Mastermind. So yeah, commendable, very commendable. All right, let's also listen to Archana. Arif has a bad throat, so we'll not. But Arif, just put it in the chat box how your experience has been, being part of the mentorship specifically.
Archana, do you want to talk or do you want to type?
Hey, Archana.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
Hi, Archana, how are you?
I'm good.
So,
thanks to unmute and for the opportunity. Hello, friends. It is a great experience transforming myself for better, Archana.
and by the way, for people, I think we shared it later.
I love the way Dave is transforming us. Thank you so much, Dave, to giving us opportunity as a family of Passionpreneur Mastermind family.
Good. Wish you good luck, Archana, and she is the one, right? Thank you.
And sorry for the disturbance. Actually, I'm on a mobile, and I got a call. That's why there was a disturbance.
No worries.
Thank you.
So Archana was the one who was actually in Tanzania, and she actually left her high-paying offers, and she came to India just to be part of the Passionpreneur Mastermind community. And
what was really surprising for me, Dave, when I met her for the first time, she says she was very clear she never wants to come to India.
That is
She
true.
never wanted to come to India, you know, until she had this call with you. Okay, so
Yeah. So see, this is, and why are we sharing this? Because we have a vision and we want to actually transform people. And we know that we cannot transform people in one day, in one workshop, and one coaching. Nothing, no transformation happens. That's why, the day when I spoke with her, Archana also was like shocked to realize that what her real true passion is. And now she's transforming. Same vision we have for the sales transformation program, 90-day program. We want people to feel the new them, the new version of themselves after they're done with the 90 days for good, so that they can go out there and become a great version of themselves and close more deals and even help others as well. So this is our vision, and thank you everybody. Thank you, Arif, for sharing that Passionpreneur Mastermind program in the group. I feel it's a personalized program to transform each and everyone in the family. So great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, before we move on, just one question I want to ask.
before that question, I just want to give them one assurance. Okay, see, Dave and I, we cannot guarantee what you will do, but we can guarantee that if you do what we say, you will minimum double, triple, or quadruple your sales within the next 90 days.
Yes. If you're taking right action, if you're showing up in the workshop.
Action is something up to you, but minimum will be double.
Yeah. I've done it for myself. Yathiji's done it for himself. So there's no doubt that anybody follows the same process, same fundamentals, same blueprint will also get the similar, if not less, similar result or better result, depending on how hungry you are to implement things, right? Are you ready to take, mock calls? Are you ready to come on workshop? Are you ready to learn and practice and rehearse things? That's the only way it changes, okay? Again, without further ado, we do not want to extend this part. We just wanted to share the opportunity, and we feel this is the best that we can do, and we won't be able to do it later. This is just because you're here all day, and this is the first batch. We want to give this opportunity to you. Now, irrespective of whether you are selected or you have a privilege to be part of this or not, again, there is a criteria which we will tell you at the end of the workshop. We will shortlist people who are interested. If you are the one who is interested in being part of this community, just put it in the chat box. I am. Okay, just put it I am in the chat box, and then we'll continue with the second 2 sessions, and we'll tell you at the end what is the shortlisting criteria and whether you are privileged to be part of the community or not. Just put I am. Okay, Girish says I am. Okay. Kalim says I am. Okay. Fayaz says I am. Okay. Again, as I said, it's not a one way, right? You cannot just have an entry because you can afford it and you're ready. It's because you should be having the similar mindset that we're looking for to mentor them, because it's a mentoring program, not a training. Like, if it was a video program, we would have said, hey, here's the link, go ahead and watch the video. Anybody can watch it, right? Anybody can watch it. But when we are mentoring.
And Dave has already given you enough value. Dave, how much was your cold call?
Workshop, people, Tariq paid 1,700 rupees just for 2 hours.
No, that was only online, right? I mean, but when you conduct the program.
Physical was, more. I mean, not so much. It was just 2-hour session. This was my first session, so I did not charge much.
And he has already given you access to that program already to all the participants.
All right, good. Right, so far, okay, if you're not saying it now, then you'll regret it later. Let me tell you, if you're not saying I am interested now, you will regret it later, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you at the end, okay? So whatever hesitation you have, money, situation, all that, go back to the example of the person whose wife was in hospital and who desperately needed money. He found it, okay? It's a different job, at On Together. Money is paper. I know I will make more money if I know right skill right now. If I borrow money and put it into my self-education, I will grow to the limit that my money will grow, my income will grow to the level I grow in terms of as a person, my knowledge. So, okay, so far we have.
But and at this age and with this experience, I invested in Dave's Passionpreneur mentorship.
That was a big shocker to me. Yatiji, you won't believe the day when you signed up, I was like, wow, really? Yatiji, you want to be part of my community? Compared to you, but that's really good that you part of it, and we learning from each other, right? We sharing knowledge, best practices. I realized that why did you sign up? I realized that you are somebody who is much better than others, who has the open mind. You're willing to be with the like-minded community and share the knowledge, and you are the hungry learner, and that learner will always do really good in life. And I realized this 3 years ago, and I'm that hungry learner. Till today, I invest a lot of money in my self-development. I also do the same thing like you do. And again, I don't keep that knowledge to myself. I share it with Passionpreneur Mastermind. And now for sales, I'm going to share it with the 90-day transformation. I also shared my secret with you guys, right? How to get a TEDx talk. And Jogesh is about to get his TEDx.
Oh my God, yeah, that was absolutely awesome.
Yeah. So I'm doing a TEDx talk on 21st of October for people who are just listening in Gorakhpur.
Guys, let's congratulate Dave. 21st of October, he is going to be a TED Talk speaker.
Thank you.
If you know about TED Talk, you know the value.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So, all right. So we have 4 people.
Let's continue.
Right, let's continue. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chetna. Thank you, Fayaz. Thank you, Anindita. Great. Now, thank you, Shan. All right. Now comes the stage. Thank you, Satyam. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now comes the next stage. What do you understand by this slide? What do you interpret from this slide?
This is after ask for the order, right?
After you ask me for the order, okay, and then you get beating.
You have proposed to her.
And then I'm getting a beating from him. This happens if the proposal goes wrong.
Proposal goes wrong. Yeah.
What else? Rejection. Yes. So this is the stage where you have asked for the marriage proposal, or in sales term you ask for the order, and then you start getting bombarded with clarification question and even objection as well. And as Yatiji says, most of the objection which you get at the first time, they're not really an objection. They're merely.
But one second, Dave. Before we go into that, one more thing I want to share about these 7 steps. The advantage of these 7 steps is whenever you are not getting the order, it is easier for you to analyze what went wrong. Otherwise, at the end of it, whenever we make a sales call, we only know whether we got the order or we didn't get the order, but we will never know why we didn't get the order. Here, if you are getting an objection at this stage, chances are you made a mistake in one of the previous steps. Either in the identifying need stage or demonstration stage, one of those 2 stages, you made the mistake. Or maybe in the way you asked for the order was wrong, but most chances are more that you made a mistake in the demonstrating or this thing. So each step will tell you where the mistake happened, so it becomes easier for you to correct the mistake.
Correct. It's always the backtrack and back thing, which is where you missed out. That's where it's happening. Good. And do you want to elaborate? So as I was saying, that most of the objection, when you hear it for the first time, they're not really an objection. They're just the complaint, and they just want to get away from that, right? Now, for instance, what if the person says that, let me think about it. Okay? That is the most common objection you get, isn't it? So is that really an objection? Let me think about it. All right. Or it's just a complaint. It's just a complaint or excuse.
It's an excuse.
It's an excuse. Let me tell you, most of your prospects and customers, they lie. Okay? Or let me put it another way. Most of your clients or prospect, they are forced to lie. You know why? It's because we are the one, they think that if I say no, a salesperson will start pushing the product features and benefits and bombard me and pressurize me and corner me. That's what the typical salespeople, the amateur salespeople have been doing. And that's why the client is, it's better say, let me think about it. In the back of the mind, what is it? It's a no. He does not want to do it, but he does not want to say it. And people are also being very, human to each other. They say, no, I don't want to disappoint that person. He's put in so much of effort. He's done so many things for me. He's done the proposal, presentation. I don't want to be rude. That's how the whole wall starts to build up slowly, slowly, slowly. And you're never able to break that wall because you feel that, oh yeah, no moment he says, oh, let me think about it. Oh, let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my boss. Let me talk to my manager. And you say, okay, yeah, I think that guy's genuine. In the back of the mind, he's saying that I'm not going to come back, right? I'm not going to come back. The real reason they will not give you, the objection they will not give you. So how would you get the objection out of them is by being honest and calling their bluff, right? Don't be rude and don't say, hey, I know you're lying. You're a liar. You won't say that. But what is an art? What is the way how you can handle an excuse or an objection? There is a process. There is a step-by-step formula. Now, before I go into the process, Yatiji, would you like to add anything? How to handle an objection?
Okay, before we go into handling objections, is you have to understand that when somebody, okay, just give me a sec, let me type.
Sure.
Just give me a sec.
Sure.
Okay, so when the customer is giving you a no, okay, he is not actually saying, see, if he's straight away saying no, I don't want it, then it's a no.
Yeah.
But 90% of the times they don't say no. They say, I'll think about it, I'll get back to you, it's too expensive, we can't afford it, etc., etc., etc. So whenever they are saying anything like that, it does not mean a no. First of all, we have to understand it is not a no. Say, I want to know more.
Yes.
What they are saying is, you're asking for big bundle of money, but the kind of benefits you are showing me is only so much. So they are saying, for such a small bundle of benefits, I'm not willing to give you such a big bundle of goods. Okay, so we have to understand that an excuse means I am convinced, but not convinced enough to give you the money. I'm not able to see the entire benefit, what I'm going to get. So you have to show them more value before they can give you the money. Yes, Dev?
Yeah, absolutely right. They need to know more about it.
Absolutely. And again, to make it easier, okay, even for a brand new salesperson to understand, I have got a simple formula. The way I say, anything they say for the first time, when you ask for the order, anything they say for the first time, it's an excuse.
Yeah.
Whatever they say, think of it as an excuse. Whether it is an excuse or objection, we don't know. But think of it as an excuse. And the best way to handle an excuse is just to smile, acknowledge, and bypass. Don't even get into a discussion. Because remember, when they are giving an excuse, even they are listening to the excuse, and they think, I don't think that's true. So they will come up with another excuse when you ask for the order second time. Only when the excuse is repeated, it becomes an objection. And instead of going into my formula, Dev's formula is much simpler on handling objections. So we'll go into Dev's formula for handling objection.
All right, great. So let me just pull up a notepad or a word pad to give you my formula. And excuse me if I'm coming very close to the camera because I have to come close to the computer. All right. So there is a standard process to handle any objection. Okay. And let's hear from you. What are the objections that you typically get? Right. Let's understand.
Yeah, let's first get, what are the typical objections you get?
Yes.
What is the most common objection you get? This is your chance to learn how to handle that particular objection.
The price is high, okay? And now assuming that the objection can be at the cold calling stage and at the closing stage or middle stage somewhere. Okay, expensive, we'll get back to you, okay? Okay, good. So I think majority of the objections are either price is high or let me get back to you, right? Now, let's address both of this, right? Let's address both of this. So what are the steps? Basically, there are 4 steps in handling any objection. And I'll show you what is it, okay? First step is, one is agree or acknowledge. Step 1. Step 2 is pull and not push. For now, just keep that in mind. You don't even, must be on what is pull and not push, okay? Then 3, logical reply with credibility. 4th step is close. All right. These are the 4 steps. Now let's put this to a test and I'll explain each and every step. Okay. Now the agree and acknowledgement is the most crucial aspect which a lot of people don't understand, especially the amateur people. Moment somebody says the price is high. Oh, but we are doing this. Oh, but we are better than this. They just get into the step 3. Forget about step 1, 2 also. They don't even do first step, second step. They just get into the explanation and the defense mechanism. So if moment you're into defense mechanism, then it's not good. Even if you want to be even a best salesperson, what they do, they actually lay out the objection before the customer even tells them the objection, right? Because typically when you know that your price is high, you put out the objection right up front before even customer gives you that objection. You say, you know what, Mr. Customer, I think at this point of time, you must be thinking the price is high. And let me tell you why we think otherwise. Here is the reason, X, Y, Z, right? The return on investment is better. Before you even they give you the objection. You handle the objection as the sales champion and you have more credibility then. But assuming that you did not do a good job, okay? And then still they have some objection or some clarification. They give you, oh, you know what? The price is high, okay? Then what you do, you agree with the person first.
In fact, that is at least slightly better, but most of the salespeople, they start with no.
but no. Yeah, that's the worst thing any salesperson can do, and this is so profound. I made that mistake so many times in my life, and I'm sure a lot of people are still making it. Amateur people are making it, and they have no idea why they never got the sale, because they started with a negative response and but and no's. They will never have an agreement. And as Grant Cardone says, and all the great salespeople say, that if you want an agreement, you agree first, right? That if you don't agree, you won't get an agreement from the customer, right? Imagine you're having a fight with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is, you're having a fight, It does not take 2 people to have an agreement and settlement and a peace. It takes 1 person. If one party agrees, okay, you're right, settle. And I think most of the time, it's basically on the lighter note, no offense, girls. On the lighter note, most of the time guys say, okay, yeah, give it up, whatever it is. All right. But in real sales and business discussion and scenario, you probably have to, you have to start with an agreement or an acknowledgement.
Now, that reminds me of an anecdote, Dave.
Yeah.
There were 2 guys who were having a kind of a argument or something, and one guy said, I thought you are intelligent, you're smart. The other guy said, I also thought you're intelligent and smart. And the first guy said, yeah, you are right, I was wrong.
Same thing. Same thing happened, and I saw Ron Malhotra's post. You see the Rush Hour movie, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, Rush Hour. There's a movie called Rush Hour. It's a very funny movie. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, the black guy and Jackie Chan, right? So they're just walking, and Chris Tucker says that, people say that, what was it exactly? He said something that we should not argue with the people.
Now I remember. Yes, how do you deal with people who are irrational and who always, how do you deal with them?
Stupid and irrational people.
Yeah, stupid people. He say, I don't argue with them. I just say you're right. He said, but that is not correct. You are right.
Right? I just say you're right. I just say that those people, Jackie Chan said. And he said, but That's not irrational. That's not, correct. And then Jackie Chan again replies, yes, you are right. That's the, funnier version of it. But yes, if you want an agreement, you need to agree first, right? Why are we stressing on this? Because people are messing up on this such a simple, small thing that they don't pay attention to it. Next time, when you listen to your calls and when you pay attention to how you're handling an objection, just pay attention. Did you even acknowledge him? Did you even agree to what he was saying before you even
If you
get
don't agree, at least acknowledge, minimum.
either acknowledge, right? So how does it go? If it says price is high, you can say, yes, you're absolutely right. I agree the price is high. You're not the cheapest, right? Or something says that I am getting this price at better rate than this. If you don't agree to that, you say, you know what? I absolutely understand that you are getting similar product at a better price. That's agreement and acknowledgement. That's a vital part. It's like a bridge, right? You're going from one place to another. It's a bridge. Then you come into pull and not push. What do I mean by that? The pull is, have you seen the WWE, right? A short guy, small guy, throwing the big guy, toppling the big guy, and using the person's weight and the momentum, right? What do? They pull the person, they push it against the rope, and then the fat guy keeps running and bounces the rope and comes back. And then, the person lifts the person and uses the momentum and throws him back. That is just he's pulling, right? Now imagine if the same person has to push the person to make him fall. It's going to be so difficult. Right? Same thing in cricket also, right? As a fast-paced bowler, all you have to do is just guide him, right? You have to use that person's pace against them. Same thing in sales. When you are in the objection handling phase, when you agree to this, and then you come and you say, you know what? That is, for example, price is high. Yes, I absolutely agree. We are not the cheapest. And that is exactly why we should do this. Or that's exactly why we should do business. Guess what? The customer would be like confused. Like, really? I'm telling you the price is high and you're telling me that that's why we should do this? How does that make sense? Right? So you're pulling the person towards you. You're using the objection and pulling towards you, right? Rather than you opposing and pushing the person. So then comes the third stage where you say, you know what? I have been working with so many clients, and first time, whenever I presented this price, that's exactly what they said. 99% of the time, they said exactly the same thing, that your price is high. But as we moved further and we did a business, they realized that our return on investment is 4 times than their cheaper version of product that they were buying. That's why I believe that this makes sense. Now, let's go ahead and do it. Right? That's the closing part, right? Closing part is, let's go ahead with this. Or what do you think about this? Do you think, or have an open-ended or yes or no, close-ended question. Would you want to have a 4 times return by investing this money? Or would you prefer just 2 times return by investing in cheaper version? In other words, do you want to buy a quality product which lasts you 5 years, 10 years? Or do you want to have a product which just lasts 1 year, 2 years? Now, we have no problem. If your requirement is something that you just want for 1 year, 2 year, honestly, then we are not the fit. I would rather walk away and maybe we will do business in future when you're looking for a quality product which lasts for 5 years. Oh, no. We're looking for quality. Who would say I want a cheap product, right? We want quality product. We want the 4 times return. That's how you handle the objection that, hey, price is high. Does that make sense?
Put in the chat box. If it makes sense, put in the chat box.
Right? This is profound, right? I can get it. Only 1% of the salespeople on this planet Earth know how to handle the objection really. Yes?
Repeat that again, Dave.
Only 1% of the people in sales and business, they know how to handle the objection like this.
You are right.
Nobody. Aha moment? All right, good. RS says aha moment. Ankush says aha moment. Good. Yes. Give more example of pull and not push. All right, that's what we're going to do, okay? Now, let's say, give me another example then.
Let's give another objection.
Yeah, give me another objection. All right, we'll come to the other part. I will come back to you. Let me think about it. We will come to that as well. Give me one more objection. I'll use the same formula, same steps. I have to discuss with. So that is same like I'll get back to you, right? Or I'll discuss with so and so. We'll cover that.
Okay, let's look at this. I'll discuss with so and so.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to the. It's not the right time. It's not right time. Okay.
Time is not right. Okay, go ahead.
Right. This time is not right. Sure. I understand that you feel the time is not right, and that's exactly why we should do this. Oh, what do you mean? Let me ask you this, John. We discussed that you're looking to do this, and you told me that this is how it is impacting you in the business and at the personal level. My question to you is, how long can you go on living like this? How long can you go on before you see this, and this result? How many times an opportunity is presented to you and you told the opportunity, you know what? Let me think about it. The time is not right. Isn't it the time to take the decision and believe that there is a better life which exists out there? Isn't it the time to say enough is enough? Let's change our life now. Isn't it time to say yes to yourself than to say no, time is not right? When would be the right time? John, tell me, when would be the right time? And again, I do not want you to take any decision I'm not comfortable in. My job here is to help you to get to the life that we just discussed right now. So tell me, John, let's be honest with each other. When is the right time then? When do you think is the right time to change your life? When is the right time to spend your quality time with your family? If not today. Does that make sense? What I'm doing is now I acknowledged, I agreed, I used his objection against him. That's exactly why we should do this now. And then I went with the logical reply with credibility, right? And the credibility is, I'm here to help you. The logical reply is, now again, the logical reply is arousing the emotion in him, right? And I'm using his point against him. That remember you told me that this is what I do, you've been doing this, How long can you continue on this? And then throw some open-ended question to close him. How long can you do this? When is the right time? And then we'll give you the real objection, right? Because that was not the real objection, by the way. Any objection they're giving, that's not the real objection. Just purpose of doing this 4 steps is come to the real objection or close them. Either come, fine, tell me the real objection. Let's be honest, okay? We both are very honest. Let's spade a spade. When is the right time to change? When is the right time to change your life? If not today, right? That's where you call their bluff in a nice way. You're calling their bluff. You're calling them you're a liar, that you're giving me a bullshit excuse, but in a nice way, in a caring way. And again, there's no tricks here. If you notice, I'm not tricking him into anything. I'm not trying to sell him anything, but I truly believe the product or the program which I'm selling, which is going to help him change his life. That's why I'm so committed. That's why I'm there to address his need and call out his bluff and be honest. Right? Someone would have not reached to that level and closed me that day. I would have not got into HTC and I would have not improved my sales skills and I would have not been here doing what I'm doing today. So he was emotionally involved. He asked me the right question. All the objection I gave him, by the way, I gave him a lot of objection. I wish I would have recorded that call. It was a Skype call I could not record. I gave him so many objections because my intention was not to sign up for HTC. I just wanted to see how he's closing and what is he doing. But he ended up closing me. That means he's a great closer. He's great in close. Right? I told him that, let me think about it. I told him exactly the same thing. You know what? Let me get back to you. And he handled the objection the same way that I'm handling, right? Now I go back and relate to it, that he exactly handled the same thing. And he told me, okay, so, all right, so let me ask you this. You said that you want to start your business, right? When you are becoming a trainer and coach and consultant, would you require to close somebody on your programs? I said, yes. And then he gave some analogy and went into my personal pain. And he said, you know what? Here's my Visa card. Right? What are the indicators that can let us know that person is what is it?
Influenceable.
Influenceable.
Influenceable. That is, we can influence him.
Okay, it is important not to handle a genuine objection. Is it important not to handle a genuine objection? Well, what do you mean not to handle? Of course, we have to handle all the objections. We have to address all the questions and queries they have to help them to make a decision, right? And indicator that can help us know that the person is not influential. Look, everybody is influential. Okay, trust me. Everybody you can influence and you can impact, provided you have a genuine intention to impact them. Number one. Number two, you are sold on what you're doing is really going to help them. It's number two. And number three, you know the art of drilling down to the pain. If you have these three things, there's no person on this planet Earth can go away by not being influenced. Now there are different type of people. Okay, again, this we cover in the advanced way of the program, 90-day program. There are different levels of people, right? And there are different gems. That's how Dan Locke also explained. There are people like Pearl, right? The Pearl personality people, they're more people driven, more emotional. They talk about people, right? I want to help people. I want to impact people. They are the Pearl. And then they're Sapphire, who are happy-go-lucky and energized and party and hang out and all that. They're Sapphire type of people. And they're basically upbeat. All right, oh, I'm doing great. How are you? They are the Sapphire ones, right? And Pearl are usually normal spoken, but they speak about people. Oh, I want to help people. I love helping people. That's Pearl, right? Then there are Rubies. Rubies are little arrogant type, little egoistic type. You challenge a Ruby, and then they say, what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it for you. Right? I'm going to show you because I have it in me. That's the personality. Then there's a fourth one. I forgot the fourth one. But those are the engineer types, right? They want each and every step planned, right? A ke baad B, C, D. You explain engineer in their own terms. You explain sapphires in their ways. You explain Pearl and show them the picture that, if you are going to do this, you will be able to impact more people. Or for Ruby, you're going to challenge them to take a decision, make a decision. So you can influence all people depending on, their personality types, 4 types, and you ask them those relevant questions when you're handling their objection. But hey, I wish I could cover this all day. I cannot. But this is the art. Once you get into deep into sales and mastering the art, you can actually make out who is who. Right? So, and again, if you ask me, all my Passionpreneur Mastermind community member, mostly they are Pearl. You know why? Because that was the criteria which I had put when I was shortlisting people, that I only want to work with Pearl who want to impact others, who have the mission just like me to give back and impact others. I can only coach them if they are Pearl. If they're Rubies, I may not have them. And Yatiji will agree, there is nobody in our community who is like cocky or needs to be challenged. Everybody in a community, wants to impact somebody or the other. We have the mission to impact others. That's the way to handle it. Hope it makes sense.
In fact, that is what made me to join.
You did, right? Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple of questions. Already customer has 3
moment. All right, good. Sorry.
Yeah, aha moment. Okay, that's great. So Giri says already a customer who has got 3-year contract is already paid. Those are, I would say everything can be turned into 3 parts: excuses, objections, and conditions. Excuses are not at all important. They are just a way for the customer to buy some time. Okay, they themselves are not convinced, but they don't want to shell out the money right now. And the best way to handle excuses is just to acknowledge them and move away. Objections are very important. You have to learn how to handle objections, because unless you help the customer to overcome, and again, the objective of the objection handling is not so much to handle objection, but to help the customer overcome his objection.
Yes.
Okay. And then the third one is condition. Condition means there is something which cannot be changed. For example, they don't have the money. It's not an excuse. It's not an objection. It's a reality. The reality is they don't have the money. Now, there's nothing which you can do. You cannot do anything. The best way you can do is leave them with enough self-respect, without making them feel bad that they don't have the money. Okay, so that they can always come back to you next time.
Yeah, like what we're doing today. If you don't have let you leave. The self-respect. We're not here to push you.
Correct. Okay, and this 3-year contract with the computer, that is a condition. You cannot do anything. You cannot tell the customer, oh, forget it, and I mean, that's a condition. So you have to make sure that you say, yeah, okay, I understand. And if I was in your position, probably I'll do the same thing. So this is fine. Maybe after 3-year contract, we'll get back. Only I feel bad that we may not be able to offer the same price. Okay, but you have to make sure that what they are telling you is the truth.
Correct. Good
Right?
point. Good
Right
point.
there?
Absolutely good point. The second objection that, the most important one is, let me get back to you, or let me think about it. Now, so there's a little different way to handle that. And again, we cannot go in much detail, but let me give you a glimpse of how I would handle that. Okay. So when he says that, you know what, Dave, I think offer is good. Everything is good. Let me think about it, or let me get back to you. Here's how will I handle it. You know what, John? I'm fine with that. If he tells me, let me think about it, or let me get back to you, what they actually mean is they don't want to do it. Actually, being very nice to me and very polite to me by saying this, that let me think about it. Now, most of the people who say this, they usually don't come back to me. Now, let me ask you this. What is it that is going to change in next few days? What is that's going to happen in next few days that is not going to happen today? What is that one thing? Again, now he'll start giving the real objection because he was just trying to give an excuse. Once let's be honest here, okay? My job is again not to pressurize you. If it's not right time, absolutely, probably not ready, right? But if I have to ask you, what is it that is going to happen in few days that is going to help you to make a decision, or that is going to help you to become, so and so. I need to look at this, I need to look at that. Then, you again went deep into it. And then you again go back to say, you know what? This. But let me tell you, I have been in that position. And I feel what you feel. I used to feel this way. I felt it until I realized this happened and my life changed. Now it's felt and found, right? I feel what you're feeling. I felt the same way until I realized that nothing will change unless I change. I made a decision and my life changed. Now, the question is, how long can you go on in this journey? How long can you go on not having this? 5 years, 6 years? What is the right time for you to say yes to your dream? What is the right time to get yourself a better life and a better version of yourself, or solve this problem? What is the right time? And how much is it going to cost you if you don't fix it today? Is the cost higher than the cost that you're going to invest in your dreams? Again, I'm being authentic, I'm being genuine, I'm being very honest and upfront and calling out that person's bluff in a nice way, right? That's how you handle, let me think about it, or let me get back to you, right? And in short, they just want to be nice to you and they want to, go away. That's how, right? You guys like it?
See, the most important point is, we have to understand that we have to close them for their benefit, not our benefit.
Correct.
The biggest challenge most of us as customers, as salespeople have, is we want the order for our benefit.
Yes.
Okay, and I can tell you, my life changed. When I understood this. I remember a time when I went to a prospect and I wanted an order, and I wanted the order because I wanted the commission, because I wanted that trip, because I wanted that bonus, I wanted that thing.
True.
Okay, and then I attended a couple of sessions and I learned about making a difference to their life. And after that, every time I met a prospect, I wanted to make a sale. I wanted to get the order, but not for my benefit, but for their benefit. My benefit, I didn't care whether my benefit comes or not, because I knew if they benefit, I will benefit.
Yes.
And then the same words which I used to use earlier had different impacts, because the prospect could make out whether I'm talking to them for their benefit or I'm talking to them for my benefit. The minute they realize that you are genuinely interested in their benefit, trust me, their objection gets weaker.
Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely agree. Good point. And Ishant's question is, have you faced a situation where somebody paid money and then they backed out?
That's exactly what we are coming to in the next step, right there.
Yeah, we're going to cover in the 7th step. It does happen. It does happen. So good. Savisha says hats off to both of us. Thank you so much. Right. Let's go and move on to the final step. Final step. Right. Again, we'll not go in detail here. There is a different way. I showed you an example of pull, but there are different techniques of how you can say something which will again.
Maybe say a little bit about negative reversal, maybe.
Yeah. So negative reversal is something that customer don't expect you to say, right? Something like, I don't think then this is the fit for you, or I don't think that this could be help for you, right? I mean, I don't think it's so urgent for you, right? Isn't it? Right? Something like that. You told me that your production is going low or 20%, but I don't think it's really a big deal. You can probably live with that, isn't it? I don't think you probably need to fix this, isn't it? Like you're actually using the reversal, using the negative words against them, right? Something like, so why do you think that I would be able to help you, right? You've tried few things, nothing worked. What makes you think that I would be able to help you? Like, I don't know. Why do you think I'll be able to help you? Nobody uses this in sales. That's the negative reversal. And again, me in Chetna, whoever was in HTC, we just spent hours on learning negative reversal. This is an art which again needs to be learned and mastered, right? The negative reversal is very powerful. It actually brings people close to you. Then people feel that, if I say I'm not the right fit, or why do you think I'm the right fit? They think that people will go away. No. It actually comes closer. It builds the trust in you, right? They say that, I don't know. Why do you think you're the right fit? So that's the just small example of negative reversal.
All right, let's move on.
All right, the final stage. That's where you say, you get a yes. You sell and seal and service the client. So Yatiji, your inputs on this.
Okay, so we all know, once the customer says yes, okay, and in the sales transformation program, we are going to go deep into how do you convert each objection, and then how do you again close, and all of that. We are going to go into that. And once the customer is ready to buy, we all know how to sell. We know how to fill the order form. But as Ishant said, okay, many times what happens, you get the order, and even before you reach the office, they give you a call and say, yeah, we had this and we had that, and why don't you give me some time? I'll get back to you. I mean, it's even worse than getting that order, right?
Yes.
You really wish you hadn't got that order, because you got the order, you got excited, and then they want to kind of rethink about you.
Yes.
Now, why do you think that happens? Okay, and before we go into that, let me ask you one question. Normally, when we get an order, or normally when we meet a salesperson and we give them an order, what is it the salesperson says, or what is it that we say when we get an order? Write in the chat box. When we get the order, what do we say? The customer has given you the order, okay, and he has given you the PO, or he has given you the advance or whatever. What do we say? Fayaz says thank you. Okay. Others, what do you think we say, or what do you think when you buy something? What does the salesperson tell you? We thank them. Yeah. Okay. When they buy, we thank them. And if we buy something, then the salesperson does what? He thanks us. Correct? Thank you for your order. I hope our product will add value. Yes, thank you. We will surely complete your order, etc. So we always say thank you. Now let me ask you one more question. Normally, forget about the sales. Normally, when do we thank people? Come out of the sales for a minute. Normally, when do we thank people? Yes, normally when do we thank people? When we feel we are benefited, right? When we receive a benefit, right? Anybody else? When we get help, right? If we get any benefit, right? So when you say thank you, what are you telling them indirectly? When you get an order and you say thank you, indirectly, what are you telling them? We think it's a courtesy, right? But if you really think for a minute, what are we telling? We have received a benefit, right? That is what we are communicating. And we have. I'm not saying we have not received a benefit. But let me ask you one more question. Who has the higher benefit? Who has more benefit? Let us assume for a minute you are selling, take anything. Let's say you are selling a flat or you are selling real estate. Okay, so you are selling a flat and the flat is 1 crore. Okay, and your commission is, let's say, 1 lakh. Okay, so how long will that 1 lakh last you? Now, I don't tell me that you can spend it in 1 minute. Of course you can. I'm saying normally how long will 1 lakh last you? Normally. Prospect, if the product is so good, yes. Customer benefited, right? Absolutely. Customer is higher benefit. Customer, right, customer. Okay. Arif says a week, 1 lakh for a week. Maybe you, I don't know about you, but normally I'd say, normal or for a normal middle class family, it's about 20,000-30,000 per month. So a lakh will last you probably for about 3 months. But how long will the flat last then? So who got higher benefit? Who got more benefit? Okay, now most of you have already mentioned, you have given the right answer. Yeah, yes, absolutely. So the prospect got more benefit. If the prospect got more benefit, who should thank who? Yeah, Ishan says lifetime, absolutely. Okay, so who should thank who? Actually, it's the prospect who should thank us. But we cannot tell the prospect to thank us. However, what we can do is stop thanking the prospect. Now people ask me, so, what do I say? I say, tell them congratulations. Tell them congratulations for making a right decision. Congratulations on your decision. I'm sure you will be benefited.
That's a profound aha moment, by the way, for a lot of people. Instead of saying thank you for the order, say congratulations, you made a wise decision, right? And then the other says, aha, yes, absolutely. These are small, subtle things. Has a
and let me ask you one more question. Suppose something I tell you thanks, and suppose I tell you congratulations. Which of the two has a higher impact, or which do you like? Which one do we like more? We all like thanks, but between thanks and congratulations, which one do we like more? Arif says, aha. Congrats. Yes. Congrats, Arif. Yes. Most of you, do you agree with that? If you don't agree, you put a no. If you agree, that's fine. If you don't type anything, I understand that you're too tired, using your fingers. That's fine. Okay, from now onwards, congratulations. So, when you say congratulations, you are reinforcing their decision.
Yes.
When you are reinforcing, see what happens is whether I buy or I don't buy, both ways, as a customer, I am not sure of my decision. Even when I don't buy, I'm thinking maybe I should have bought. Even when I buy, I think I should not have bought. Both the times. But the minute they buy and you say congratulations, you are reinforcing their decision. So now they are more confident about their decision, and the chance of their canceling the order comes down drastically.
Yes, that's the psychology of selling, guys. That's the psychology of persuasion.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have, and service, of course, we already know. So we can probably go on and on and on and on,
Yes.
Over to you, Dave.
Yeah, no, perfect. I think Srinivas, what you said also is fine. You're congratulating them first for their decision, and then you're saying thank you for the opportunity to serve you, which is good. Yes, that's fine. All right. So one here. Sorry. All right.
Okay, by the way, before we call it a day, okay, and before you have any question, just give us what were your major takeaways today? What is one thing you picked up which you think is going to benefit you the most?
Yeah. So far, you've learned. Just to summarize, you've learned all these steps now. At least you understand what is right and what is wrong. You understood, paid accounts, which is pre-sales, attitude. You understand the entire process now. Identify the need and pain, demonstrate, ask, clarify, sell, seed, and service. Now, of course, it will take time for you to master it when you're implementing, but at least you know the process now. So yeah, put it in the chat box. What was your, key takeaways, some aha moments that you had, things that you really loved, something that you got out of this workshop? What is it that you learned that you spent whole day with us, starting from 9 a.m. Thank you so much. It means a lot that you spent whole day on Sunday. We are grateful that you invested your time with us. So what is it that your takeaway has been so far?
Now, some of you already knew us, so you knew you will get value. Many of you, your first time, you didn't even know whether you're going to be benefited or not, but you decided to spend a day with us.
Yes.
Okay, Anandita says, I understand that there's so much to learn in sales. Absolutely.
Yes. And this is just a tip of iceberg, by the way, whatever you experienced. There's a huge ocean beneath it. Welcome, Arif. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And give our regards to your daughter as well.
I know, she is absolutely awesome.
Faya says, handling objections, 4 personality types. Good. There is a process for sales. Yes.
Okay.
What else? What is your takeaway? Other takeaways? And of course, we will give you the gifts as well. People who are staying here so till late, we will tell you how to receive your gifts and the recording as well. Pleasure, Girish. 80-20 rule. Yeah, that was an important rule. Yeah, Ankush, absolutely. The attitude and approach demonstrate how to handle objection and the common scenarios I face when I call or try to convince. Good. 7 steps. Ankush learned the entire 7 steps. Good.
Anko Agra, what is your name, Anko Agra?
Ankush.
Anko Agrawal?
Ankush, maybe Ankush Agrawal. I don't know.
Ankush, yeah, maybe Ankush. I don't know.
Ankush Agrawal, absolutely.
Ankush Agrawal. Okay. All right.
Write down all the benefits and results for your product. Yeah, remember that example Atiji gave you? The story he shared. Good. I love the way you both explain each. Okay, good. Thank you.
But again, remember, as Dave said, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
If you really want to transform, you have to come to, again, please understand, I'm not trying to sell you on this, but we both, Dave and I, we really believe that we can transform your life. We can transform your sales scenario where you will find it difficult to even, even accept the orders. You'll say, we'll get back to you. We'll show you how you can, double your price and still make sales. And Dave is already doing that for Passionpreneur, right, Dave?
Yeah.
I remember the price we were paying, and I know the price today the people are paying.
Oh yeah. People paid under $1 lakh at that time. Now it's gone multiple fold, right? It's more than double right now, just within few months. Because of course I have limited seats, I have limited time. I can only coach limited people, train limited people. So when demand is high and supply is less, obviously prices go up as the economics, right? And you won't believe, Yatiji, this is the second batch. Next year, when I'm collaborating with Ron Malhotra, the prices are going to be 3 or 4 times what they're paying.
And also your involvement will be much less.
Yes, because my partnership.
We are the luckiest.
Right now, I'm giving 100% dedication to each and every one, but later I will not. That's because first batch is always special to me, because you started with me along with my journey. So same thing, right? Same thing. If you're here and if you want to learn the art of sales from me and Yatiji, directly from us, not from somebody else or training programs and all, directly from us, customized towards your need, this is the time. This is time.
The first batch, we are going to give you more than 100%.
Yes.
And we will give 100% in every batch. But the first batch, we are going to give us not our best, but even better than our best, because you are going to be our ambassadors.
Great, great. Now, coming back to four people who are interested, okay? Now, wondering who will be the privileged one to get this special price, which is only valid till today, until 8 o'clock today, okay? The price which we shared, 45,000, is only valid for 8 o'clock today. The link which we're going to share is going to be valid till 8 o'clock. Tomorrow is going to go back to 75,000. And that's, people will definitely regret later that, oh, wow, I should have, taken a risk and pushed a little bit more with the minuscule investment. I call it minuscule, not because I'm earning more, but I know how much money I have invested. That's the conviction I have, because I've invested lakhs in myself. So I have no hesitation to say that this is the minuscule amount, anything that me or Yatiji have paid ever in lifetime, and we're sharing everything together. Okay, so let me tell you, we're going to talk to you and we will decide who is going to be the fit or not. Okay, so remind me again who said I am in, who wanted to be part of the first batch. I am. And then of course we'll talk about the free recordings and how to get it. Okay, just put it in I am in chat box and we'll tell you what is the process of being shortlisted, and we'll talk to you. Okay, Girish, we'll start with you. Okay, and we'll wait for others. Okay, so Girish, we'll unmute you. Okay. Okay, guys. Hi, Girish.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Girish?
Hello. I'm fine.
Good, good. So you've been there whole day?
Yes, whole day.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for staying back whole day. So what do you do? Tell us a little bit about us. I mean, a little bit about yourself.
I have started a software company itself, 3 to 4 months old startup. And like I have already developed a software for doctors, and only facing challenge in like in sales.
And how long you been in this business?
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. And what are the typical challenges do you face when it comes to sales?
Like cold calling.
Ah, okay, okay. Okay, got it. And have you invested in yourself before, like read a sales book or any courses that you've taken?
Yeah, I have done a course of like leadership funnel of Vivek Bindra.
Oh, wow. How much did you spend there?
It was around like 1 lakh. The course, complete course was around 1 lakh.
Okay. And how long was that course for?
6 months.
Okay. All right. And did you find beneficial? Did you find the benefit from that?
Yeah, that was the reason I left my job last year, like December. I did this course in on the last year, Feb. And after that, completing that course, I left my job. I was a manager in one of the company. And I started my own startup.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic, because we are looking for people who have the right mindset, because look, we can show you everything, but if people don't take action, nothing is going to work. And that's why we want to validate and make sure that people who are coming in the workshop, and being part of this community and mentorship, they should take action, and then only they get benefited. So to me, I think, you are the person who have already proved from action, because I don't believe in people what they say, but I believe in people what they do. When I see what they do, I can validate that this person is the champion. They will definitely be transforming. They're ready to transform their life. So for me, it's a go ahead. Yatiji, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, he has already proven that he is a learner. So definitely, I have absolutely no doubts that he's going to. And he has already spent a whole day, which means that he's really serious.
Great, great. Any question you have, Girish, for us?
I do have a question. I will contact Yatira sir after this presentation.
Okay, great. So I will share a link with Yatiji, which is valid for 1 hour, and he will ping you the link. Okay, there's a to choose the payment option, and there may be a small bonus or surprise for you. I'm sure which you will like it.
And by the way, guys, you also have an option to pay in 3 installments.
Yes, if you pay 3 installment, 15,000 per month. We wanted to accommodate all the deserving people, despite of their, financial situation and all, because we don't want them to have an opportunity. So only for first batch we're doing this, that we're even giving this installment for 3 option. Okay. So Yati, to the link, and you can go back and share that with Girish and connect with him later. But make sure that Girish, you connect with STG before 8 o'clock, because the link is valid only till 8 o'clock, and the offer is also valid till 8 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. I have one question, like from when the workshop will start?
Oh, good question. Sorry. Thank you for reminding. The first kickoff will be in the either on 13th of October or 14th of October.
October.
Yeah, and most likely it will be in Mumbai.
Okay.
Most likely.
Yeah, I'm from Mumbai.
Physical
Oh, you
workshop.
in Mumbai? Fantastic. Good for you then.
Right. I'll have to come all the way from Chennai.
No, sure. Send me the link.
Yes. We'll
Yeah,
send it.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Good. See you soon. Congratulations.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Bye.
Sheikh, yes, workshop you can come personally, which is what we recommend. But assuming for a minute you cannot come personally, you can attend online, and we will also provide you with a recording.
Right. So, all right, guys, if you're not typed it, type it now. Okay. People who typed in before also, just type it again if you're interested. Okay. So
it's gone too much up.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay. Let me unmute Alim, and probably you can answer your questions. Okay. Sheikh Alim, hi. Can you hear me?
Do we call you Sheikh or do we call you Ali?
Yeah, Alim.
Alim?
Yeah. Hi, thanks for your time and energy which you have transformed to me. Okay, all those who are in need of it. Especially our sir, he's from Chennai, I'm from Bangalore. Okay, and actually I also left my job last month, to start something and take the risk. Okay, I'm just 25 years old.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. I'm okay. This last year I've started, getting into this school which was going into loss. Okay, there is one old person who was running it. With the earlier the school was with 300 students. Due to lack of management skill and handling skill, that school was going in loss. Okay, only 30 students were there. The moment I entered there, now 230 students are there in that school.
Wow.
Okay. Now I understood the taste of the business and as well as sales. I'm confident in it, but I don't have a skill. I'll agree that I need to learn it. If I can learn, I can.
We lost
your voice is gone, Alim.
I probably lost the net connection. Meantime,
reason I was muted. So I'm thinking I don't know about it. Like there is some doubt about the. We don't have any framework about the course. Like weekly, how many hours? Daily, how many hours? Like that.
Okay.
How we are going to handle the practice this. I have a doubt about it. Because of that, I am unable to take the decision whether I can spend my time or not. How to do that correctly.
Okay, good question. So just to remind you of the course, it's basically mix of the physical workshop and the online workshop along with the coaching, right? So just going back here.
Yeah, I'm talking about this 90 days program.
Yeah.
And is this weekly? How many hours like that? I'm not sure about it.
So like once in a week, once in a month, physical workshop. Okay. Once in a month, full day online workshop. And then coaching session will be for 1 hour or so in a month. Okay. And the mock calls, we will of course encourage you to attend as many mock calls as you can. So in a week, probably 2 to 3 hours, we suggest to have at least minimum 2 to 3 hours of practice for mock calls. And again, direct access to us. So you're looking at 2 days full day engagement in a month. Okay. And we're looking at 1 hour, maybe 3 or 4 hours of mock calls and coaching session in a week. No, not in a week. Sorry. 1 hour in a month, which is okay. 2 to 3 hours in a week.
Okay. Sir, if you don't mind, sorry, can I have this course details? I mean, like, to take the right decision so that why I'm asking, because we will be having some other activities so that how we can plan it. Now, whatever you have said, I understood the framework. Little, I'm confident that yes, I can attend it.
Hmm.
Since, like, if you can give us a like, framework of the course, and it's easy to say immediately yes, or maybe next month or like that. So
What
that
do
is
you
what
mean?
I'm a little bit
What do you mean?
confused about.
Can you explain a little more?
Framework, like that means in a month, how many like mob calls, how many personal workshop we have to come to Mumbai and to attend there. I mean, how many online like sessions. I mean, how you can sure that we can get the handhold experience. I mean, how much time we have to spend, because we have to, whatever the profession we are in now, we have to remove the time from there and we have to release the time and we have to attend it. Whether we can attend now or whether we can attend after 2 months, we have to decide based on the I mean timetable you give to us regarding the course.
Hmm. The timetable begins from October 13th or 14th.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then after 4 weeks, we'll have a physical workshop.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And then
Hmm.
Your
once,
workshops will normally be either on a Saturday or a Sunday.
yes.
Hmm.
Is that the challenge that you have in terms of managing time?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And why is that?
Since we have already involved in many activities, so I'm just thinking how to, I mean, come to Mumbai. No, I'm just confused about it. That's the reason I ask you.
So
I
what kind
mean,
of activities? So Ali, what kind of activities are you currently involved in, which is taking away a lot of your time?
actually, one is my school, which we are already running it, and second, we have. I'm just planning to enter into the start of a construction company. So we are doing R&D, properties realization. This is what we are doing it. So it's new to me. I'm just learning it. How to do the sales, how to convince the customer, how to get the joint venture contracts like that. We are doing R&D with the team, those who have already involved in the same business. So
Mm.
these are the two activities currently I'm involved in.
Okay. Would there be anything else apart from the timetable and the schedule, which is stopping you to make a decision?
No, no, I 100% agree. Whatever you said, and to learn the knowledge. This is the right time where we can learn and we can. I don't have any issue with the whatever the fees and all. I just wanted to learn it. Just I need to get the clarity about the time frame. I mean,
Mhm.
how should I mean, make this time frame and how I can attend it. And one thing, how you can handhold, like you're in Mumbai, sir is in Chennai, I'm in Bangalore. I mean, how can we have handhold experience like that? So
So,
that is
so
second
let,
time.
let me ask you
Yeah,
this. Let me ask you this.
yeah, yeah.
Jashwant is in China. Mahindra is in Nigeria.
Correct.
Nish is in Australia. How do you think that we will be able to handle?
See, I'm not sure about it because I'm not.
Just take a guess. Take a guess.
Yeah.
How do you think we will be able to handle them?
Uh, like Zoom call.
Okay. How else?
Yeah, and framework and giving the task. Okay,
Okay.
and I mean, giving the framework to process the step by step. I mean, they'll go, they practice again. If they have any questions, they prepare MOM and they will come back to you telling this. So this is the where I have a problem. This is the where I have a confusion. Then you will give us the right direction. They will go and they will practice again.
Good.
That is,
Good.
I'm thinking it. But
Good. Is that good enough?
basically, yes, yeah. Basically, I have one feeling like saying that I mean personal interaction. That is the because since I have not experience in this Zoom, so that's the reason I feel like attending the personal session and having the personal handhold discussion can be better. That is what myth I have in my mind. So that's the reason I was talking about that side.
Let me tell you, Halim,
Yeah, yeah.
I never met Dan Locke.
Okay,
I never met Grant Cardone. Yet,
okay, okay.
I never had one-on-one coaching with anybody.
Correct.
Yet, I invested more than 5 lakhs in, Dan Locke,
Okay,
1.3 lakh in Grant Cardone.
correct.
Now, what you're feeling right now, it is normal. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not about the interaction. It's not about being the physically present. It's about your own belief, whether you would be the one who will push yourself out of your comfort zone and do what we're going to tell you. You do not
Correct.
have any doubt on Yatiji's experience or my experience. You have no doubt that the program, the process will work. But the biggest challenge, the battle that you have, probably trying to fight yourself and convince yourself and close yourself right now. You're trying to close yourself, trying to find a reason why it may not work. Why? Because I'm not physically present. Why? Because I have too much to do. You're trying to fight that with you.
Bang on. Correct.
Now you have to decide who's going to win the battle. Is it that your desires to transform your sales skills and transform your life, is that's going to win? Or the excuses which you're trying to give yourself, which is holding you back, who's going to win? That's what you need to decide. Again, me and we are here just to facilitate and give you the option. We cannot help you to push you to do the push-ups. If you want a good body, you got to do the push-up. We can tell you how to do the push-up. We can tell you there are other 10 people doing the push-up along with you. There are other people sharing their ideas, and we will do one-on-one coachings with you, but we cannot do the push-ups for you. That is only you and only you who has to decide and take the leap of faith. Now, if you're the wise person, which I know you are, you're going to sit and do the analysis. Hey, what do I gain and what do I lose from this?
Yes.
If I have to ask you, what do you gain if you are joining this program? What would come to your mind right now?
Yes, I'll be the sales master.
Okay.
Sales
What else?
is a precious job, in the organization to have into the right top of the management, top of the company. Yeah.
Good. What else?
So,
what else would you gain?
And I can close the deals in a right way without any tensions and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think the list is long. Let me ask you, what do you gain to lose? What is the negative side of it?
Negative, there are many things,
Okay,
like we will have always, negative impact if we don't close the deal. That will, take a very long time.
No. I'm saying, if you take a decision to join us, what is the negative side of joining us?
Nothing.
What could be the negative side?
Negative would be to lose the money. You lose.
No. If we learn the knowledge today, that next year it give me a double money. So that's what I'm sure about it. There is no way of saying that we are losing the money when towards learning.
Okay. Well, you have to depart the money. Money goes out from your account. That's what. Let's say not losing money. But you have to depart from money, hard-earned money.
We are investing for future. That's what we can say. Today, if we learn, tomorrow we can earn. That's it.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I think you got the point.
I know Archana is here, who joined when she was in Tanzania.
Okay.
She was not here when she joined. In fact, she
Okay.
didn't even attend the first workshop. Okay, she attended that workshop through only that recording or something. Only that she has come to.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm ready to join the course. Okay. Just give me best offer.
Okay. That's the best offer. The one we've given you right now. And by the way, this best offer is only best for today and valid only till 8 p.m. Okay. This is absolutely yours. Nobody's going to give you a call back and follow up. Like, I hate to call anybody who is not even convinced with my belief and my vision and Yati's mission. We don't want to push you.
After the whole day, what else can we convince you?
Yeah. I mean, if you send me the push,
Thank you.
it's probably not the program for you right now. And honestly, you're not ready. Right?
Thank you.
Yati, please share the link with him and let him take a decision. He has got time till 8 o'clock for the best opportunity. And that is the best. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can you share me that link?
Okay, I will. And Archana is Archana says I'm in.
Okay. Anybody, guys?
I don't think we have to ask her anything.
Arif says, see, I closed him. Alim, you're able to hear me still?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let me ask you one last question.
Please.
At the end of the day, by 8 o'clock, you won't close yourself on opting out of this, would you? Would you convince yourself, say, no, this is not right thing? You won't come back and, think that, no, I think I'm not ready. I'm not.
No, I'm already convinced with yes. So there is no way to say no now.
That's the true sign of champion, Aleem. And I respect that. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Very, very good decision.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anybody, did we miss? Archana said yes. Anybody else we missed before we hear from Archana?
Fayaz, yeah.
Hi, Fayaz. Can you hear us?
Hi, Dave.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. Thanks. Thanks for the wonderful program. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad.
A lot of information. Thanks, Atiji, for your energy and.
Pleasure is mine, Fayaz.
That's what we love doing, right?
Fayaz for almost about a couple of years now, I think. Right, Fayaz?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I don't know much about you.
Dave, I'm into stock market. I manage other people's funds. But my only issue is like I'm more into research. Like I want to better perform. So I don't get out and take action in terms of marketing because I convince myself that I'm not good at sales. So I'm not going out and I'm not taking any marketing initiative or any calls or nothing. I know a little bit about sales, but I'm not taking any actions to bring more customers on. Because I want to perform and show excellent results and go out marketing, but that's keep on postponing.
So who are your typical clients, the individuals or the companies?
Individuals.
Okay, and you doing it for yourself. You're not working for somebody, right?
No.
And how long you said you've been doing for a few years?
14 years experience total.
Oh wow, 14 years is a long time. And have you been throughout working only for yourself?
I have worked with different companies. I've traded for banks and that experience I started to do on my own. I also take classes. I also provide trainings for those who want to learn stock market. But as I said, I'm not doing any marketing at all. No cold calling, no inbound, no outbound, nothing.
How is that impacting your business?
Yeah, I'm at the same level. Like stay where you are. Expecting month on month.
And then how long you been in that position, month on month, same position?
For a couple of years. They started business. See, my product is good, but I stuck like, I need to perform more. So I do more of research into the stock market, like developing new strategies or fine tuning it or finding out ways where you can reduce the risk and perform more and all that. So I never get that holy grail. My performance is good. I'm making good enough. I'm making more than the mutual fund guys are providing it. But I want to outperform. I want one of the best traders in the world. I want to outperform the benchmark index, like that. So for that, I put a very strong foundation. I know that my product is one of the best products like you get in terms of training on stock market, but I'm not promoting it. That is the issue.
Okay. So you were saying
So my real objection here is, as per your term, even if I learn whatever you're teaching it, I don't know if I'm going to put it into action or not. So I know that if I put into action, I may benefit. I will benefit. Like put it into action, or will I stay in the same? Like I want to do more research on stock market. That is the thing. Are you getting it?
Yeah. So your biggest concern.
Question to Fayaz. Dave?
Yeah.
Let me ask one question to Fayaz. Fayaz, you are right. You are absolutely right that if you don't put it into practice, okay, it's not going to benefit. That's a given. Yeah. But even if you want to put into practice and if you don't know, will it make a difference?
If I don't know means yes, it is going to have impact. Right now I don't know because today is the day I came to know that sales has a process. Before that I didn't even know. I thought of sales is asking a couple of questions and try to get the orders, explain your benefits and try to get orders. That's all.
Correct. So coming back to Dave asked a couple of minutes back. He asked the question to Ali. You have to ask yourself, assuming you put it into practice, what is the benefit you are going to get. Assuming the process they are going to teach you works, and assuming you are going to put into practice, what difference it can make to your business, and not only to your business, to hundreds of your clients whom you will be getting new, how much will you be able to help them?
Yes, I'm going to have huge benefit and customers also, because I'm seeing a lot of people are attending training programs from amateurs who have 1 year experience or 2 years experience. I know that I'm not justifying them that by not sharing my knowledge, by not promoting myself, but my ultimate aim is to have my own fund, to start my own fund in India, alternate investment fund. So for that, I'm putting a big foundation. It's almost over, but maybe a couple of more months. But I need, definitely if I have to go out and convince my clients to invest with me, I need the sales, which I don't have. I agree with that. I know about it.
So what guarantee do you give us that you're going to put your heart and soul into it? Like,
No, one second there. Before that, I have one more question to Fayaz.
Okay.
What if you don't put into practice? Or what if you learn everything and you don't put into practice, and you are not going to benefit? What will you lose?
I will not lose anything, because as the money which I'm paying it to you, like when I put it into use, it is I'm going to use the skills the knowledge which you are teaching me. I'll be using it in future. So, and
even if you don't use forever, you still lost the money. That's it.
That's it. Money and the time. Money and the time. Yeah, money and the time.
At least you can make 45 lakhs or 45 crores.
Yeah.
Over to you, Dave.
No, I think you're right. And I was in the exact same situation. Like, let me ask you this: have you done any? You said you've not done any sales training, any course into selling or marketing.
Yes. No, I didn't do.
So, what makes you think that getting into this program would get you benefit or even help you?
Because I learned so much, so many things about sales today, which I was not aware of.
So
I know that.
Give me one thing that you really learned that you were not doing and you'll start doing today.
Building up prospects list.
And what is that worth to you? If you build a list right now, you're working without the list.
Yeah, I don't do any marketing, zero marketing.
So assuming, let's say you have a list of, let's say 100 or 1,000 people, and you're able to even convert one person out of them. What is the typical rate do you charge the one person?
Minimum investment is 10 lakhs I'm expecting from a client. Mm-hmm. And for training program, I charge 50,000 rupees. It's a 3 months program.
Wow.
I charge 50,000.
So assuming that you do not implement anything that we taught you, okay? And assuming that you did not learn anything and you do not implement because you are very lazy. Let's assume, okay? I'm not saying you're lazy.
But I'm not lazy. I work 14 hours, but I put the time into research.
Yeah.
It's not a question of laziness, but my energy goes into different direction.
Which is good. See, you need to be the subject master, expert in your zone. Okay.
That I am. Yeah.
That you are. And you need to invest your time in that. Writing a great book is one thing. But an ability to make sure that people know about the book is another thing. And
right.
No matter how great book I write, and I know wonderful, life transformation in 9 days guaranteed. But what if nobody knows it? How?
That's the same status I'm in. Nobody knows.
So you can become the greatest person, the financial manager, wealth manager on this planet Earth. You can become Warren Buffett, next to Warren Buffett. But people don't know about you. How do you think that you will scale up your business and you take business to the next level?
Yeah, I can't.
So would you agree if I say that whatever amount you're putting in your subject matter expert, if not equal, maybe somewhat little less than that in marketing and selling yourself?
Yes, I should.
And if you do that, even if you implement one or two things, do you believe that could impact your business in a profound way? Like just simple exercise, putting a list of clients together and educating them, sharing more value to them, doing a free workshop for them. Like, are you doing a free workshops right now?
No.
Okay. What if you start doing free workshop and you convert one person out of 10 people or 100 people? A guaranteed return of 50,000, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Would that not be worth your investment and effort?
Yes.
But here's the thing. I know I can help you. Yati knows that he can help you.
Yeah.
But are you ready to help yourself?
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Yes.
Okay. Are you 100% committed to taking right action and show up and do what we are asking you to do?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Sorry, say that again.
Yes, sure. I will.
Okay. Then don't disappoint me. It's a go ahead for me.
Okay.
And definitely, because I know him for a long, long time. I know his talents. We have met in person, Fayaz, I think twice.
Yes. Yes, sir. We have next.
You have a talent. I never knew what was holding you back. But I mean, again, we cannot guarantee that you will take action. We cannot do anything to make sure that you will take action.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we don't take action because we are not sure of the result. What
And,
your
and,
result, and we hope you will take action.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
and I think when you have the environment of the people pushing and taking action, people are taking action. You know, we see when we hang out with people, they're very look forward to it.
I would like to go for the 3-month options.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yati, you will share the link.
I will. Okay.
Right.
You just want to say hello to Archana for a minute? I don't know whether she's still on.
All right. Archana will talk to you about the program offline. But hey, did I miss anybody? I think there were 1 or 2 more people who said that I'm interested.
One more person, if I'm not wrong, or 2 more persons. I'm not sure.
Okay, this is the last and final boarding call. Last and final call before we take.
Okay, but before that, Dave, I think you should share the link, or you should tell them how to get the gift in case somebody wants to get off.
Oh yes. If you want to drop out,
We've done that before we spoke to Fayaz.
yes. Just make a number. Make a note of this WhatsApp number. Again, WhatsApp. Okay, do not call or something. For people who stayed here till now, thank you so much. And what you saw, what you were teaching, we even demonstrated you, right? Arif said that, we help people take decisions. We did not close anybody. We did not push anybody. We did not convince anybody. We just helped them to take a decision which is better for their life. And trust me, the gratitude, the thankfulness which I felt when Kevon closed me for HTC, Ayaz, Aleem, and everybody, you all will face the same thing, and you will realize that, thank God, Dev and Yatiji, you helped me to take that decision, which is going to help me forever, right? You probably will come back and tell me that, yes, thank you so much for helping us take the right decision. And that is our objective. We do not want to push anybody to do anything against their will, right? We are not in here only for money. Money, of course, is required for investment, hotels and all that, but this is our passion and we want to truly impact you, okay? So WhatsApp this number for people who are looking for those 2 audio tips and the bonus, Yatiji, which mentioned 2 PDFs for self-evaluation for staying till late. So, thank you so much. We will send you the link and we'll send you the audio recording as well through this WhatsApp number, okay?
And Dave, when you were saying this just now, I still remember there was one guy who came to us for training program, and that time his salary was 2,500 per month.
Oh, was it long back?
The program was 3,500.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Salary was 2,500 per month, and the training program was 3,500.
When was it? Long back?
Yeah, it's almost about 20 years back.
Oh, long back. And then he still invested 3,000.
Huh?
He still invested 3,000.
He borrowed from the company and he invested 3,500, and it was a 4-day program, 2 weekends. Before the second weekend was out, okay, he had got back the money.
Oh, wow. Look, again, these are not superficial stories. This is the real story of real people. And me and Yatiji have experienced the same thing. That more and more your time and money you invest in your self-education, self-learning, more and more money you make. Why do people remain average? Because they don't invest in themselves. They keep complaining that, oh, my life sucks, I'm not able to grow. Because you did not grow. Your business did not grow because you did not grow. When there's an opportunity to invest and do something for yourself, your life, when somebody's there to push you, you yourself are not pushing yourself. And then we keep complaining, oh God, why this? Remember, there's one classic story which I remember. There was a flood in one village, and there was one pandit or somebody, a very loyal devotee of God,
I
and
remember that story. Go on.
he was drowning.
Right. Absolutely awesome story. Yes.
He was drowning, and he said, he was drowning almost. And then the boatman came and said, hey, Pujari ji, please hop on. Let's go. No. I believe in God. My God will save me. He went again. Second boat came. Hey, Pujari ji, you will drown. You'll die. I mean, come, hop on. No. I believe in my God. I believe in my Lord. He will save me. Then he obviously dies. Nobody came to save him. He went to, I don't know.
He got a helicopter,
He got a helicopter.
Came, to say, okay, jump up.
Yeah. So he did not. And then when he went to God, said, God, I prayed you for almost my whole life. You did not save me. Then the stupid guy, who sent you those people? To save you? I mean, it's just a lighter note joke. But, honestly, this is how it is. There are people who are ready to help you, provided you're ready to help yourself. And if you're just waiting and hoping and praying that, hey, God, please save me, please save me, please save me, nobody's going to come for your rescue, right? But anyways, this is the biggest lesson, not just this program or our mentorship, thing. Anything in future, you get an opportunity, you believe that, okay, this is your chance to transform your life, go grab it. Okay, go grab it. For people who are here, just make a note of this WhatsApp number in the chat box, which is there. Just WhatsApp them and tell them the bonus. Just
write that one word, bonus. That's all.
Just say bonus, and you will get your audio tape. Just have patience. Within 24 hours, maybe tomorrow, you will get your audio. Probably you'll get it today, but the email, the PDF, you'll get it within 24 hours. You'll get a link. You will be able to download it. Okay. Any questions? Any queries? Anybody has?
If no questions, also put no. If any questions, put the question.
Right. So far we've shortlisted
3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes max.
Yeah. So far we shortlisted 3, and of course we'll talk to Archana later. So Girish, welcome. Aline, welcome. Fayaz, welcome. Right. Anybody else? If you missed, time before we say goodbye. Write down all the benefits. Oh, that's an old one. All right, Ishan, thank you so much. I appreciate you staying back. I understand. All right, Ankush says, Ankush had the same question. I am in the same situation like Fayaz with different product line. Do you think any course also I should do apart from your course? I know it really depends. I don't know. I'm happy to, answer your question if you're okay. No worries, Archana. I will talk to you later. Ankush, we can answer your question right now. Are they on the phone? Over the phone? Or Zoom or phone? Either of that. Ankush, can you hear?
Same circuit banana hai abhi.
I think he's busy. He's getting done some circuits.
Okay, 3 coachings are online, offline.
Yeah, I already answered.
Coachings are offline. I mean, offline, online, I don't know. They'll be through either the Zoom or phone call, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, that's what I answered. Okay, so I think that's all. That's all from our side. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you guys. And of course, we'll talk about...
Ankur, if you have that question and you still want to talk, you can send a WhatsApp message to the same number and we'll probably take it offline.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope you had a great...
talking to you. Hope you had a good time. And remember, this program was not free. You spent your whole day here. So make sure you get the maximum benefit out of whatever you have learned. It's not important whether you join us for the program or you join us for the sales transformation or not. But what is important is you benefit from the time you have